Boom! Teach them! Always make sure the message I reach them!
Live from Kingston, Jamaica, broadcasting around the world. You're watching the Teach Them YouTube show. Intellectual, yet stimulating. Fair, frank, and factual. This is Extra Class, streaming to the world and beyond.
You know, it's Teach Them, the #1 intellectual blogging panel on the YouTube channel.
Good night, everyone. Let me know if you are seeing me clearly. Let me know if you're hearing me clearly. If you're seeing and hearing me clearly, welcome to another episode of Extra Class, episode number 289. Let me apologize for the late start tonight, but you know the thing go. Peeps, big up on yourself. Hope all the persons who are at work at this time of the night will get home soon to be with your family. For the people who are on the road, please be safe, get home safely. For the people them with their home, ready for listen to teacher about some things we have to jam down. Jamra, Jamaica land we love. Land of food and water, Bob Marley, Usain Bolt, Vice Cartel, Buju Banton, Shelly and Fraser Price, Elaine Thompson, Portia Simpson Miller, Lisa and Mark Golden, and some people who want to mine out the whole of the country. Peeps, good night. We're there. Come for burn some fire tonight. Soon forward.
Kaboom! Teach them! Always make sure the message I reach them. You know, it's Teach Them, the #1 intellectual blogging panel on the YouTube channel. Hey, yo, yellow. Like, subscribe, and don't forget to click the notification button. Hey, yo, we always up to something. Teach them. Hey, yo, yellow. Send the message and make it reach them. It's Teach Them right here. Warlord representing.
Hey peeps, stop at the night to the ones them again. You know the thing go. I might kind of too far over here, so. Yes, Rasta. Hope everybody is okay. As I said, hope everybody is, you know what I mean, healthy. All the persons people who are in the hearing of my voice and seeing my face. Family likewise, give thanks. Peeps, share the stream for me now. Somebody share the stream in the channel WhatsApp group for me now. Please and thanks. We never get round to that. You understand, and share, you know what I mean, but we're there. Peace, we have some things to talk about. Don't know how long the stream will be tonight, but we're there. You understand? We're there. I would have uploaded a video earlier. That's part of the reason why I'm streaming so late, because that video take forever. I don't know why it took so long to render and export, probably because I was using some 4K clippings in there we did have from a while back. With some flooding on one river in one part of St. Anne one night time. And the video would have stated that the tropical wave that was in the Central Caribbean Sea for the past couple of days has developed first today into a tropical depression after it was invest 98L for a couple of days, which is an area of investigation. And it became a tropical depression, and shortly after became a tropical storm this afternoon. Now, projections and predictions are that it will continue to organize and will strengthen into a hurricane. What type of hurricane, we're not sure as yet. Some suggestions are that it will be a strong hurricane, in the region of Cat 2, Cat 3, while some outlets are predicting that it will become a major hurricane, Cat 4, Cat 5, serious business. So that is the situation as we speak. So tropical storm Iota, Jamaica can't take 1 iota rainfall. I couldn't resist. Sorry. Tropical storm Iota to bring more rain to Jamaica. Tell me about it. You understand? Right now we can't take one more teaspoon of rainfall. There's we got John around here, but nature is nature. We just have to just ride out the thing, and then it could be worse. We could be facing a possibility of a direct hit or direct impact. So we still give thanks. God is good even on a bad day. You understand? It's like the hurricane season go until January. I dare say, Empress Rosie, that in the years to come, we may not have a hurricane season as we have today because of the advent of climate change and global warming. With some people, they're going to tell us, not go so, and some people going to say a harp and a people experiment with the weather and some other things. I know I say a crap, but Yeah. So, tropical storm Iota has formed southeast of Jamaica and is expected to move westward, passing to the south of the island throughout the weekend before approaching Central America on Monday. And the thing with Central America is, based on trajectory and the tracking of the system will make landfall or impact almost the exact locations that were affected by Eta in Central America the other day. That is still reeling from the devastation brought upon them by Eta. Jaja. So I'm saying in Jamaica you have to still give thanks because the thing could have worse. Zane? So despite the fact that it is not expected to impact us directly, the system is as such where the outer bands, and we have been hit with the outer bands. We have been beaten by outer bands for the past month or so, where in some instances catastrophic flooding has occurred in Jamaica, and many major landslides and all sort of things. Crops destroyed, roads destroyed, lives destroyed. So do not take this thing lightly. The reality though, based on all the projections, is that we won't receive as much rainfall as we would have received during the passage of Hurricane Eta days gone. So we still give thanks to that, but it is predicted that we will receive 2 to 4 inches of rainfall, and in some instances up to 6 inches, with Eta receiving in the region of 12 to 15 plus inches of rainfall in some instances. Dexter and Fremantle, big up yourself and brother. Give thanks every time, and I appreciate the continued support on the channel, and above all we appreciate the financial contribution as well. Give thanks. Zane, let me see if I can see if that thing will work. What is it? Numbers, view count. Yeah. So let me see if that work actually. Test a look what thing. Yes, peeps. So the things that are away. So we give thanks it's at a direct hit, but more rain up on the land. Flooding seems to be worse than a hurricane. Brother, I want to tell you, imagine your roof a blow off and tree a blow down and light post a drop while the flooding are going on. So the issue with these systems too is that they have been very slow moving, and some instances they have remained stationary for extended period of time, dumping rain upon rain. So you know the thing. Ramon Jones, big up yourself in the local bro. Give thanks and hope all is well. Yeah, people. So that's the situation. Iota, the first tropical storm to be named such in the history of the naming of tropical storm and hurricanes. So it is happening. It is in front of us. Make of it what you will. I am certain that some people say a God a show sign and God soon come in world and too much wickedness are going on Jamaica and these things. Being a teacher of geography, we look at the thing differently. You will also have people who say a harp and people expert and weaponize the weather. And again, as a teacher of geography, I will say it differently. I prefer to stick with the science and close to what I deem to be facts in these instances. So, yeah, more rain to come. I hope it kind of hold out and not be as great as it's projected, because I need to make a jump to the Far East tomorrow on a local mission. So, make we see you go. Warrior Star, big up yourself. White Shadow Films, blessings. Now, peeps, you know that a pilot program was on throughout the course of the week. Well, started Tuesday because it had to be put off on Monday, I think, because of the rains. And 17 schools that have participated, I think. Now, there's information emerging from people in the Ministry of Education that Education Minister, the Honorable Favour Williams, a Favour name, yeah, may have been exposed to the coronavirus. So it says senior officer of the Education Ministry tests positive for COVID-19, and this article was posted by Nationwide. So it is understood that a senior officer at the Education Ministry has tested positive for COVID-19. It is not clear how the official became exposed to the virus, knowing the community spread phase in the country. But the senior officer has been quarantined, and sources said that, this afternoon said that there are also concerns that Education Minister Favour Williams may have been exposed to the virus. So when efforts were made to contact the minister, she said the ministry would issue a statement to provide the details, but up to this time, there has been no statement. So I don't know exactly what the situation is. I don't know which senior official, but apparently it's a senior official who interacts with the minister, apparently, regularly. Kingston Few, big up yourself in a broski. It's been a few months since me see it in the stream. Me see in the comments for the interviews themselves. Give thanks to the brother. Hope you and the family good. Appreciate the contribution and the support. You know what I mean? And thing, I suppose they were probably out and about observing some of the schools involved in the pilot program. So I don't know if it was through those engagements and exchanges that the senior official would have become exposed, and by extension the minister, and by who know who else. You understand? I read an article the other day where they had public schooling, face-to-face schooling in Detroit. I think it was a pilot, and they had to pull the plug on that as there was a outbreak within the school system. I think it was Detroit. You can't correct me if I'm wrong. I don't remember. I can't remember all of these things. When I was reading that article, Zane, respect and manners teach him your work, your channel pay off. Give thanks, brother. Zane. When I was reading that article, it was impossible for me not to cast my mind to the current situation in Jamaica with the pilot program, and what may be in store for same. I hope it is successful, because I know the mental and psychological state that some of our students are currently in, and parents for that matter, and teachers, some of them with the online situation, some parts of Atlanta also. Okay. Blessings, Empress Matt Dermot, what are you doing? See me? So, I don't know. We'll watch. I have not seen an official report as to the first week of the pilot program. I don't know what took place in terms of an overall assessment. I don't know why the ministry has not yet released anything as it relates to that. I will. Today is Friday, so I will give them over the weekend to see if there's any information forthcoming about the overall assessment of the pilot program that started on the 10th of November. Yes, Rasta, schools closing in New York. It is never a wise idea to open school in these times. No matter where you're there, New Zealand, Singapore, Norway, some schools about a place open still, but Jamaica and America right now, I don't think so. You understand? So, I don't know. So, you know, peeps, speaking about the COVID situation, face-to-face keeping in UK for September. You mean September come or September we're gone, RB? Blessings, DJ Gina. So, you did, fam. Hope you're good. You see me? So, now, peeps, I will come back to the COVID party situation, as again I spoke to this last stream, the stream before that, and the stream before that, and the stream before that. We are seeing where bad things, Danny, big up yourself in the family. We are seeing where bad things are happening at parties. Parties which in the first instance is not supposed to be held at this point in time. And we're now going to say, I beg you, are the things that we say in Jamaica, but we are set these parties September 2020, yeah? So school still are going over there? How is it these teachers are home but still are late for class? The teachers would have to be the ones who are to explain that to you, my friend. But you have to understand that even though teachers are at home, teachers are also parents, and they have to treat with their children as well, versus other people's children. You understand? Sometimes there are challenges with internet. Sometimes there are challenges with electricity. Sometimes there are challenges with water. You understand? So it is very easy to get up and say, "Oh, come teachers are late," without looking on the human side of a teacher. You understand? It is important for us as professionals to be such, whether in the virtual space or in the physical space, to be at school at time, to be at class on time. However, there are conditions and circumstances sometimes that will make a teacher absent or late for class. You understand? Not defending my colleagues who are tardy and unprofessional. I am just saying that is the reality. See me? Yes. Alright, so the COVID parties are I don't know. People insist on keeping these events, on attending these events, and bad things keep happening at these events. And I would have taken time out to paint a picture recently that these events are not events that permits are granted for. So the police don't know, so them a keep unless somebody call them and tell them say a party a keep. Yeah? So the police now patrol these events or turn up at these events to make sure it's everything in place, because they don't know officially that these events are ongoing. And as such, people are using these events to attack their enemies and their foes and their friends in some instances. And other things are happening at these events. We saw a police officer losing his life last weekend. We saw where 11 people were shot, 2 killed in Brayton, Portmore. A few weeks ago, we saw where 13 were shot, 2 killed in Westmoreland. We saw where a girl is in hospital battling for life after being attacked at one of these events. When are we going to learn? Are we so hungry for party that we continue to risk our lives to attend these events? In terms of being shot and killed, or attacked and stabbed, and also the possibility of becoming infected by the coronavirus. I don't know. Rasta. You see? COVID parties keeping cops busy. You understand? Jaja. With 3 persons being killed and 21 others being injured. I'll read that again. With 3 people being killed and 21 others being injured in gun attacks at weekend parties that were held in breach of the COVID-19 regulations. Senior cops have admitted it is hard to monitor all the spaces where these events are being held. I mean, that is totally understandable. Last Friday, 11 persons were shot, 1 fatally at a party in Old Brayton, Portmore, while on Sunday, 13 persons, and this article is a little bit older now, if you're following the dates. 13 persons were shot, 2 fatally at an event in White House, Westmoreland. Now, Superintendent Robert Gordon, commanding officer for the Westmoreland Division, revealed that many persons have been breaching the Disaster Risk Management Act. Within the past weeks, he said, we have had over 36 prosecutions and over 70 warnings because persons continue to have mass gatherings, he said, noting that it was a challenge for our police to detect Sunday's incident, the one with 13 people dead. 13 people get shot. The men were in a bar, locked up, and it was raining too, so we would not expect persons to be out, especially during such a time. The police never had any reason to believe that there was a gathering inside the bar because there were no signs, he said. Gordon also said it has been a task for the officers to ensure persons are following protocols due to minimal resources. To split the resources sometimes becomes challenging because there's never enough officers, even before COVID. But we just have to make it work. We have knowledge of some likely spots, so we target them from early to make sure nothing is happening, he said. Now, the commanding officer for the St. Catherine South Police Division, Senior Superintendent Clive Blair, revealed that on numerous occasions, like the Friday night incident where 11 were killed, the police had no clue that events were in full force. He is, however, promising action to curtail further events. He said, I won't speak on the plans we have to discover parties that are being held because I don't want persons out in society to be on alert, said Blair. Both lawmen are urging citizens to abstain from mass gathering for their own safety. Aye, sir. I thought it was a Jamaican thing. In Jamaica, nobody can kill anybody in the dance. When since shooting up a dance is okay. I don't know that it is okay now. Yes. But that doesn't mean it not happen. You understand? Denise Robinson, good morning, teacher. Hope you're good. This young lady who been beaten by the 6 women is wickedness. I'll get to that eventually down the line, down so. Coming back to the COVID party situation. I understand that young people among us and young adults and adults have this party culture and this party mentality. And yes, people have been under restrictions for a long time. But the reality is that I cannot understand why there is this great insatiable desire to party these days. Davian, we need a killer interview. Yeah, we need one heap of interview, family. That is just one of them. You understand? Big up yourself. Zane, we need Jimmy Cliff interview and them people there. You understand? Barry Saman too and Sanchez and so killer is just among that. You understand? Yeah, so eventually. Big up yourself. And think. Big up to the people who may dislike the stream. I don't know why. On the top guy party. So I have to talk about it. You understand? So when party can keep, we keep party. But if we not keep party in these times, we're going to talk. So we can dislike all of no one. You understand? Leroy Samuels. I say Vegas first. Cool, no? Yeah, peeps. Jaja. One more party goer there, but big up yourself, party goer. You understand? Hoping your party goings you get home safe and you don't bring home anything to your family. And possibly your children or your elderly family members, grandma, grandpa. You understand? Yeah, man, and you remain safe. Big up on yourself. It's not okay. Thing is, there's never... No witness now go to there. No witness now go to there, you know. Gun salute was always a thing in the dance. But now, gun salute top keep really in a family. You understand? But now the youth them get cruel. You understand? Now the youth them now live for nothing about today, you know. Zane and for the rush of blood. So, but I know, brother, it things that away. Things that away, Rasta. You understand? Florida out of control. Them now take it serious. A long time America now take it serious still. I mean, then commander in chief tell them, say, no, it's just a local flu. Then when I soon get rid of the flu, man, then, you know what I mean, no problem tonight. Speaking about commander in chief and flu and fly and these things, I could just run this now because, you know, we have been spending some time talking about the US election and stream about it and take cards on them someday. Now, there's an article that I read and I'll put it out there for who is interested. You know, some people won't be, probably 70 million people won't be, but there will be about 75 million who will be. I don't know. I don't know Rasta. No evidence of lost or change votes, says US election officials, yeah? So seeing a US, somebody sent me a thing, I don't even think me get to read it or watch it yet, said that, says the Democrats use a supercomputer to hack computers that were counting votes in the US election. Yeah, son. I don't know why I never get to read it, you know. Yes, and our list, something, I don't remember what it was, but I know it up on my phone something about the last and the whole heap of messages too. So I don't know. But it says, senior US federal and state election officials said on Thursday, it was yesterday, that there was no evidence that votes were lost or changed or voting systems corrupted in the presidential election. The officials responsible for election security across the country rejected claims made by President Donald Trump and Republicans that fraud and lost ballots led to his loss to Democrat Joe Biden in last week's election. So the November 3rd election was the most secure in American history, they said in a statement, yeah? There is no evidence that any voting system deleted or lost votes, changed votes, or was in any way compromised, they said. While we know there are many unfounded claims and opportunities for misinformation about the process of our elections, we can assure you we have the utmost confidence in the security and integrity of our election systems, and you should too. The system was issued by the Election Infrastructure Government Coordinating Council, a public-private umbrella group under the primary federal election security body, the Cyber Security and Infrastructure Security Agency. Now, it was signed by the heads of the National Association of State Election Directors and National Association of Secretaries of State, the officials who manage election at the state level, and by the chairman of the U.S. Election Assistance Commission. Now, it came hours after Trump retweeted a baseless claim that an election equipment maker deleted 2.7 million votes for him nationwide and switched hundreds of thousands from him to Biden in Pennsylvania and other states. It was the latest in a series of bogus assertions. I'm just reading the article, it's not me writing. Of bogus assertions Trump and Republicans have put forth in order to reject Biden's victory. The company, Dominion Voting Systems, and the Pennsylvania Department of State flatly denied Trump's claim. The statement from the election security official also came amid reports from that Trump could fire the head of the election agency, who has made a strong effort to stifle unsupported allegations of fraud that have surfaced while the votes have been counted around the country. Despite that, rumors and conspiracy theories of a corrupted vote that allegedly robbed Trump have flooded the internet. The Republicans and the Trump campaign have filed multiple lawsuits around the country claiming irregularities. So far, none have been substantiated in court. The statement said the election officials across the country are currently reviewing and double-checking their state and local results prior to certifying the numbers. So when the states have closed elections, many will recount ballots. All of the states with close results in the 2020 presidential race have paper records of each vote, allowing the ability to go back and count each ballot if necessary, the official said. Alright, so we leave I discuss that, but just share the info, Zane, and thing. Yeah, big up yourself, the Donald. Yes, Rasta. Speaking about election, me quick wrap up that one or two and move on now. Shall we there, so? Yes. So the PNP trying to avoid contests for key posts. You want to see, you know? One of the reasons why the PNP is in the state that it is in, see? Teach them look next month if the country that open back for the Christmas holiday. But talk about that already, you know, Father Davian. So I didn't even waste my time on that again, you know. You understand? So, but don't say me feel about that already. If before the election Trump was saying he would not concede a loss, what do you all expect? He said he was going to do 8 years. The PNP GLRN say is a right-wing article. Okay. Alright. So, I don't know. Right now, Biden, the president-elect still. So, make we see what go on. You understand? And make we see how the thing go through the court. So people coming on social media come chat crap, not change nothing. You understand what I say? And express them views and feelings, that change nothing. You understand? So at the courts decide what go on. Now, make we move on. PNP trying to avoid contest for a key post. It was the PNP's attempt at avoiding a contest when Portia Simpson Miller was, I don't know, eased out of the PNP unceremoniously. That has led them to where they are now. And the PNP apparently is not an organization that learns very well or very quickly, it would appears. Senior members of the People's National Party are now trying to negotiate. Just like how them did negotiate with Bunting and Phillips. Phillips there a long time, so just go and roll out. And then about 2 weeks after him keep on election. And him run against Phillips. And then sitting there. And now they have 14 seats left like. See? So, senior members of the People's National Party are now trying to negotiate agreements to avoid elections for the party's new chairman and general secretary when its National Executive Council meets next. Sitting PNP chairman Fitz Jackson and general secretary Julian Robinson have both tendered their resignations. I mean, Robinson did say I got left from a long time. Fitz one kind of new. But, Jaja, yeah, which are we there now? With their replacements to be elected on the 29th of November when the NEC, the party's second highest decision-making body, stages its first meeting after last Saturday presidential election. Some member of parliament for St. Andrews Southern, Mark Golding, emerged a comfortable winner over St. Anne's Southeastern MP Lisa Anna in the contest on the PNP. I remember. No, show there. Yeah, something wrong with the article. No, it is saying here that senior party members, including a number of elders who authored an agreement for cooperation between the victor and the loser, are trying to avoid another potentially divisive contest. All efforts are now being made to have the party emerge as a unified one under the leadership of Mark. So another election or two would not be in our best interest, said one senior comrade. But I don't know, Black Mamba, big up yourself. I don't know that brokering and negotiating agreements so who get what is the best way to go either. You understand what I say? This have all the hallmarks of exploding somewhere along the line. So, I don't know where I start. Richard Atkins, blessings family. What with it? Yeah. It should be easy to settle on a chairman, as it will be either Anthony Hilton or Angela Brownberg to replace Jackson. And with both being senior members of the successful Golding campaign, it should be easy to settle that, added the comrade. He said, He said the general secretary post is harder to settle, as there's a suggestion that it should go to Anna supporter to show the unity which Golding publicly spoke about after his 296 vote victory. But some vocal Golding supporters have argued that he should be given a general secretary who is sure to be in his corner, considering that he will spend the next year with the 4 vice presidents who are already in place. The Golding backers charged that 3 of the 4 vice presidents, Philip Palwell, Michael Phillips, and Dr. Wickham McNeil, had all come out in support of Anna, while the 4th, Damian Crawford, did not say who he was backing. Damian a play a fool for catch wise. Mark will be working with 3 vice presidents who did not want him to get the job, and one who he's not sure of. To ensure that his agenda is being pushed, he needs a chairman. His agenda. Shouldn't it be the party's agenda though? His agenda. Alright, but never mind. To ensure that his agenda is being pushed, he needs a chairman and a gensec who he can rely on. He also needs a deputy gensec and a deputy chairman who he can be sure will be in his corner. But should you not be in the PNP corner versus Mark Golding's corner? Jaja. So the best thing is to make Anthony Hilton the chairman and Angela Brownberg the deputy chairman, or vice versa, while finding a general secretary who he would be sure of. Peter Bunting! No, I'm just saying. We just say. So Yeah, Brownberg said that her role in the leadership of the PNP under Golding is something she has not yet considered. I don't believe her. My sole focus was towards the campaign and to ensure a Golding victory, said Brownberg, MP for St. Andrew Southwestern, who served as Golding campaign's director. Hilton, who is now the PNP's deputy chairman, served as chairman of the Golding campaign team. Mark could spring a big surprise in who he puts forward as the general secretary he wants, with the only guarantee being that it will not be one of the 14 sitting MPs, said the source, who refused to say if the former Manchester Central MP and Golding strong backer Peter Bunting is being considered for the post. Bunting previously served as the PNP's general secretary from 2008 to 2014 when he resigned. I saw one article where Bunting said people will now be rushing to support the People's National Party. So Bunting leak out some sounds earlier, keep himself relevant and visible. No, from my seat right here, so in this very tough chair, the PNP is not learning. You understand? Let the people them decide and stop put people just to put people sake and friend business and then something there. I need to do a YouTube channel. I would call it the PNP Saga. You never know, any brother, it might get big. Yes, interesting times ahead. I dare say that if these things are done in a foolhardy way and a friendship type of way, it will blow up in them face again. You understand? It is best you deal with the thing up front than trying to prevent certain things from happening and it blow up down your road. So you better you deal with the explosion up front and clean up after than clean up and paint up your wall and plant your garden and cut your edges them and the explosion come after. Just say it. I don't know. You understand? Yes, Rasta. Bunting still out and stunting. Me tell you already say it is very likely, that Mark Golding will name Peter Bunting as a senator because remember Norman Horn did not accept his senatorial appointment, saying he will give the new president of the party a free rein in selecting who should be senator. I sense that if Bunting is not named a senator, he will be the general secretary. And people will be upset. And the PNP shall go back to square minus. Jaja. But I don't know Rasta. Right now, me don't tell you to say Juicy Beef are biggest party shop in our country. Then Tasties, I'm in a business who want vex. You understand? Then Mother's Party when it tastes good. Then some local corner shop party. You know, some man try to make some party in them local shop. And then a PNP party shop. I thought fifth biggest party shop that. You understand? PNP party shop. The Juicy and Tasties and Mother's a leader. And Mother's Party not good enough. You understand? So, yeah. A 50 PNP party shop there right now. A joke thing. Me I tell you. Least I need to farm a new party shop. Then who go buy them the party there, Rasta? You know remember when Golden go farm in there? At them eat the whole party them. None no sell. You understand? The gang of five party eaters. Then nobody else name buy none, sir. Then you think say, brother, Jamaica, you know? You know understand how I go on. Yo, Jaja, which one we there though? Yeah, sir. See, I can move on from the PNP. Because you see PNP them, you know. Them don't even know what a clock a strike around here, so. You understand? Them busy doing folly. May I look for one picture? Yeah, there's something here. This is a good picture. This is a good picture of the roads in some of the roads in Jamaica right now. You have some picture where there are no roads, so that picture is not so bad. But in recent times, there has been discussions around the roads in Jamaica, and I see comments in many of the videos that I upload with flooding in the country, and people are saying the Chinese them fault. The reality is that 99.9% of the roads that have been damaged in the country are Jamaican contractors build them. You understand what I say? King CJ. So the camera that I am looking in now is a Canon SL3, also called a Canon 250D. So that are the mainstreaming camera. But they kind of change it from one Lumix G7. That are the second camera. The kind of over there, so you don't turn on. You understand? But yeah, that's how I look. I want 24mm 2.8 aperture lens. With some light in my face and some things. Yeah. Yes, peeps. So you know, and and I have had to comment on somebody because it is easy to get up and say the Chinese them. 99% of the roads them would destroy in the rains. I know the Chinese them build it. Let's be fair. You understand? We know we have issues. Teach come far away from Note 4. Give thanks, you know. Simon Bogle. Or Simone Bogle. May I work with Simone? Yeah. So you know, we are blessing CJ. We have had situations where over the years we see road work do. RB, big up yourself, you know. Give thanks. Appreciate the support as well, family. We have seen road work being done, and 2 weeks after, the road them mash up. You understand what I say? And we cuss and we complain. Now I read an article where some contractors in Jamaica are actually saying that blaming the contractors in Jamaica alone is not fair, because many times the politicians are the primary reason why these road construction projects are substandard. I want to listen to the article here. And when I read the article, you know, I sit down and I think about it and I say, Jaja. But if you did damage like that before, where you are going? Some road gone on tour. You understand? Some of them rocky like, you know what I mean, seashore. You see me? Some of them if you tap in some hole for your foot, them now no more cure. Never mind. Watch out. Contractors reject blame for bad roads. Then can't reject all I blame. Them for take R5, 60%, 70 like. But them I say I know them alone. You understand? Case in point, I remember when near to the Waterford stoplight in Portmore there, so if you go Dyke Road, the bridge there, so they did broke way. And one local contractor did a build a bridge. And I can tell you, you see the flyover out of 3 miles was started and completed before the breakaway round a Dyke Road done. And the breakaway round a Dyke Road it start before the 3 miles bridge. Remember Port Henderson Road round so. Round a Bayside, like, where them did a fix so long round so, round a one place. The road there take longer for it done than Agley Park Road. You understand? So, yeah, we have issues with the Chinese on a level, but the reality is that when the man them build them road, the man them build them road. You understand? And the road done quick and fast compared to when some local contractor build some road. And I understand so there's flooding in some of these areas where Chinese are working, so we can't absolve them completely of blame either. But the reality, yeah man, like you go jam roll, right crash and jam roll this man, right at the intersection there man. So the intersection this and jam roll gate across the road over there so. The piece of bridge there so take longer for build than the 3 miles flyover. So it is easy to say, yo, why Jamaican contractors now get no work. But the reality is that Jamaican contractors, many of them, when them get the work they don't done good. And some of them contractors, can me pre them to you and they don't know me and pre them. You know. Some of them contractors, them do the work on a level, and them know about 6 months time the road I go dig up again, and them will get back a next piece of food. So them just keep on getting a recurring food. You understand what I say? Alright. Local contractors point finger at politicians. You look at me, I point for myself, but me not over so. Yeah, man. Local contractors are increasingly being blamed for the breaking up of some major and parochial roads during recent heavy rains, and Incorporated Master Builders Association of Jamaica President Lenworth Kelly sees this as unfair. Some of it unfair too, because the reality is that with the type of rain we've been a fall around here, some of the best roads them would suffer damage in a reality too. Not that the drains them is the best and drain cleaning is at its optimal, but the rain is on different rain. The rain are very wet. Alright, we don't do the foolishness. Watch it out. So now, Kelly told the Jamaica Observer that the real problem is that while the funds made available for road construction or rehabilitation are, one, insufficient to deal with the problems that arise during the process, politicians still want to see them built or rehabilitated. Let me break down that. The man said, when money is budgeted for road construction, many times during the construction period, certain issues will arise that you need more money to treat with it. Probably drainage, probably building gabion basket or reinforcing the hillside and them something there. But he must say the money short. And even though the money short, the politicians them still want the road for done. Because a politician want to say, look, me bring road to my constituency. So them no business. But the technical aspect of the road construction, them just want the road for build. Listen. He said too that while government agencies have qualified personnel to do testing and oversight, they need more people with the necessary expertise in road construction to supervise and confirm the quality of work done. But herein lies the problem. Many of them experts here and contractor are friends. Many of these politicians and contractors are friends. That is why sometimes when a politician tender a bid, see, them knows that the road work at $200 million, but them put it to $250 million so them politician friend can get a kickback. While poor people kick back and suffer. Wanna see what going on here? Yeah, brother, one case at a time. You understand? One story at a time. See it? Now, make we continue. For example, Kelly said while the National Works Agency is largely responsible for roads at the central and local government level, municipal councils do not have the necessary in-house expertise to oversee the quality of the infrastructural works, and this is left to the NWA, which does not have enough technical experts to cover the island. In some instances where the politicians want, let me read this slowly. In some instances where the politician wants to see the road completed, that politician might be pressuring the contractor to finish the road. So if the road costs $10 and the politician has only been allocated $6, but he wants the road to be completed as quickly as possible, something has to give. So something is going to be compromised. But in the end, the politician is not going to admit that he spent $6 where $10 should have been spent, Kelly said. He continued, you notice when the projects are completed, you don't hear the politicians complaining about the work, because it was their influence that led to the completion. Sometimes The NWA is to be blamed for this, but sometimes they are really given a basket to carry water. The NWA does not have the expertise to see the job is done properly, and they know what needs to be done, but they do it anyway. So the Master Builders Association president also pointed out that the contractor only becomes a part of the team when the construction phase of the project starts, and the performance of the other parties prior and during execution of the construction phase contributes significantly to the outcome of the project. Take the Junction Road problem, for example. The National Works Agency knew that a retaining wall was needed before you even put in the road. But if the politician is our MP for out this again. Oh, yeah. We not call nobody, don't call nobody name. You understand? But if the politician wants the road to be completed because promises were made, the road is put in and nobody says anything, Kelly pointed out. It is because we don't get certain amount of rainfall and more earth tremors why you don't see more of the current flooding happening, he said. Kelly accepted that drainage is a problem. We have been saying that. You understand? For some of the roads. But again, he said that this comes down to spending the money available for the project. The question is, where is the money to come from when the drains need fixing? And the member of parliament or councillor is under pressure from constituents to repair or build the road. Make them wait. Make them wait. You understand? So it means if you're going to wait 6 more months longer for the road last 6 years longer, then you wait. You understand? No man, out of junction there. I don't think out of junction, all a junction. Which part the part of the road I break with? I don't know. I only say the prime minister, the MP for out this. I don't think so. That is a St. Mary, I know. That to them be, yeah, that them one of them man the constituency. Watch I know. Which are we there? The truth is that a road can be so bad that the drainage has to be dealt with first. That is true. But if the budget for the road is $10 and the drainage costs $50, you just have to go ahead and finish the road. But it don't make no sense. But alright. And if the rains come and mash it up, I just saw it go. Sometimes the contractors complains that the funds can't do all the work that is necessary. But in the end, they are forced to do it even if it can't wait. Even if it can wait, sorry. Kelly thinks that the work done on Marcus Garvey Drive is a good example because it could have waited until proper drainage was constructed. You don't have to do everything at one time. You do the most productive areas first, the belly of your production, so it does not affect the manufacturers, he said. He said too that what Marcus Garvey Drive needs is flood control, not drainage, because wherever the water flows from, it collects on the coastline, and there are no alternative drains like the Sandy Gully in St. Andrew which can take off major volumes of water. No, according to Kelly, wisdom is not invested solely in political and public administrators. Neither is it distributed in accord with election cycles. However, he said that any fair and balanced attempt to improve the performance of Jamaican contractors and the other practitioners whose roles and responsibilities impact the outcome of construction project will have the full support of his organization. So, there you go. A man who involved in the construction say many times that the politician them fault while these substandard roads are constructed. Because them know so the money not enough and them still a push because them want to make sure some road in a them thing. But then in a them constituency, but then why build a road for last for 6 months? You understand what I say? And with any road, it will be in need of repairs along the way. Scotty, big up yourself, sis. So I go on. Zin? Any road will need repair somewhere along the line. You understand? Even the toll road, I say them cut out big patches of it many times and change out some material and I say them put foam down in there and all of them things in some areas. Zin? So, no matter how good the road is, it will need repair somewhere along the line. But then, the roads can be built where it's a Peter and Paul situation, where we get longer use out of them than every time rain fall, he wash for them all and he look barber green pan the top. Scotty, that me I say some of the contractor them for go away, but based on this, some of the politicians them for go away too. So a whole heap of people for go away. You understand? So I don't even know Rasta. No, you amount of road they mash up in Jamaica since recently, you see? We have more mash up road in Jamaica now than good road. This is just the reality we face. Most of the roads that have not been damaged are the major roadways in the country. Like the toll road them and the parts of the North Coast highways and them places there. You understand? So, it thinks that way. Father Irvin Steer. Where I did family, it's been a while since we see the money now. Hope all is well, Rasta. Give thanks for the support. Give thanks for the just concrete the road. That helps, that works in some instances. I don't know that you would concrete every road, because that again is extremely expensive, I would suppose. But teach them, there are roads that were constructed by the JDF Engineering Battalion decades ago, with still standing today. Well, the JDF can't construct all of the road, so what you need to do is get the engineers from the JDF to work or collaborate with the engineers, the civil engineers at the NWA and such. You understand? So I don't know Rasta. Zane. Just son, I go, I'm there in a family. And thing. So yeah, many of the roads are in disrepair and thing. You know the thing go. Zane. Shall we there now, family? I have some fire for blaze later. No, hold on. Teacher, go school, doctor, go hospital, go where the engineer them go for practice. Teacher go school, doctor go hospital, so where the engineer them go for practice. Pan the road. Hey, that's funny. My question, why is it Jamaican do not have manual when doing in the system, in their plan, when them doing roads? I am assuming you're speaking about mechanisms that will take water off the roadways, Zane, and thing going forward. So I don't even know. They say go up on the road and shake it up. Alright, peace. I'm going to talk about some other things that affect Jamrock, you know. $10 for the road, but them thief $5 and still want the road for complete to only $5. Clark, that is so true. Yeah, that's true too. You understand? But it I need to get some people on the program, you know, because we need to start ask some people some question. Hot seat, a part of the program they're going to name. Hot seat. I don't know who I'm slinging a hot seat. But I go and start reach out to some people. And who me reach out to, when I get back to me, I'm going to make them know so them hide from the hot seat too. You understand? And thing. Baller allegedly held with a Smith & Wesson pistol. Baller. Lawmen from the St. Catherine North Police Division have arrested and charged 31-year-old Donald Saunders, otherwise called Baller, of Tuna Avenue, Arborview, Kingston 17, with illegal possession of firearm and ammunition, following an incident that occurred in Charlie Mount, St. Catherine on Saturday, the 31st of October. Reports are that about 12 a.m., law enforcers acting on information went to Charlie Mount in the parish in search of armed men. On seeing the police, 4 men aboard a Toyota motor car sped off and later crashed into a wall. The 4 men ran from the vehicle, reportedly including Saunders. He was later held by law enforcers who allegedly found him with a Smith & Wesson 9mm pistol containing 6 9mm rounds. The other suspects are being sought by the police. So Saunders was taken into custody and was charged following a question and answer session with his attorney. His court date is being finalized. You understand? The general still around with the shoes. Teach them, mother's potty reach them. Hear about your potty ratings. No. Mother's party right now. My mother not. Mother's party there. Well, but I think I real mother's party this still. You understand? That's somebody probably does Avian, my name is not Mr. White, but yes, I taught at Meadowbrook. You understand? And thing. We need to stop the drug testing of our athletes and do a gun check. But when we say baller, we don't mean I'm a footballer, you know, they just call him baller. You understand what I say? Our father steer, give thanks to the brother. Yes, Rasta. So the man decides him now run barefoot. He might keep him shoes. You understand? Lace up and thing, said speed. And thing. Blessings everyone. Yes, mother's party. Big up yourself. Jaja. Yo. Yeah. They said they do laugh. A gun check. No drugs check. Yeah, it's a Dave. So what you know say? Yeah, man. Yeah, Matthew. So watch out now, peeps. Troops the Eagle allegedly held with gun on Love Lane. Love where? Detectives from the St. Catherine North Criminal Investigations Branch, CIB, have charged a man in connection with a gun find in Love Lane, Spanish Town, St. Catherine on Monday, November 9. Charged with illegal possession of firearm and ammunition is 29-year-old Charles McDonald, otherwise called Troops, a higgler of Love Lane, Spanish Town. Test reads a hot party seat. And thing. What we there now? So, charged with illegal possession of firearm, as me telling you him. So, reports on the Spanish Town police had at about 5:30 a.m. A targeted raid was conducted in the community, during which McDonald was seen running inside a premises. The police gave chase and he was accosted. He was reportedly searched on a Browning 9mm pistol with a magazine containing 7 9mm rounds of ammunition was found. He was charged later that day. His court date is being finalized. So we have Ball and we have Troops. Where you say, a Troops responsible for Love Lane. Yeah, ask me or you tell me. Police sees unusual AK-47 pistol after shootout in Central Village. Be share the article before a minute, think so. The St. Catherine South Police sees an AK-47 pistol after reportedly engaging gunmen from Big Lane. Big what? So we have Love Lane, we have Big Lane. Central Village, St. Catherine over the weekend. The gun battle ended with the death of Tevin Jones, one of the alleged gunmen, as well as the unusual AK-47 pistol was found. So the gun uses 7.63 caliber bullets, which are usually associated with a powerful Kalashnikov rifle and are capable of penetrating all Kevlar ballistic vests and most other law enforcement steel protective vests. Now, according to sources, the gun in the pistol form can be far more deadly, as it is easier for the user to conceal. Now, a police source expressed the belief that the find highlights the danger that law enforcement personnel face in Jamaica, where 3 police officers were shot and killed in June of this year when M16 bullets penetrated their ballistic vests. And thing. Jaja. It's a war zone. It's a war zone, Rasta. It's a war zone around here. No, 35-year-old toddler. That's funny. Oh, let me change this round here. So 35-year-old toddler. So we have so far Troops, Baller. Now we have toddler. 35-year-old toddler slapped with gun and assault charges. The 35-year-old Jermaine Todd, otherwise called Toddler, of Friendship Pen. Friendship what? Morant Bay in St. Thomas was arrested and charged with assault at common law, illegal possession of firearm, and assault occasioning bodily harm following an incident that occurred in his community on Friday the 6th of November. Reports from the Morant Bay police are at about 6:20 p.m. an argument developed between Todd and a woman, during which he allegedly pointed a firearm at her. The woman then ran to a nearby house where she was reportedly chased by Todd and was assaulted. Now, a report was made to the police and Todd was later arrested and subsequently charged. His court date is being finalized. No, me no love hear them names here, no, brother. What it does, it just kind of puts some more credibility on a particular theory that I have been formulating down the years. You understand? Eh. 2 men facing assault and illegal gun charges. So 2 men are now facing charges after they allegedly pointed a gun at a man during an altercation along Old Hope Road in Kingston on the Kingston 6 on the 5th of November. They are 27-year-old Ryan Powell of Riverside Drive and 45-year-old Winston Hewitt of Tope Crescent, both in Kingston. So both Powell and Hewitt have been charged with assault at common law and illegal possession of firearm. According to the police, about 8:30 a.m., the complainant was involved in an altercation with Powell and Hewitt when they reportedly pointed a gun at him and then fled the scene. The police said the matter was then reported and both men were arrested on the 7th of November. Powell and Hewitt was charged on Tuesday following an interview and are to appear in court at a later date. Yes, Rasta. Robber battling for life after mob beating after chopping woman. A man who was rescued by citizens after he was chopped and robbed by a man in Green Acres in Spanish Town, St. Catherine on Wednesday night. Let me do that again. A woman was rescued by citizens after she was chopped and robbed by a man in Green Acres in Spanish Town, St. Catherine on Wednesday night. Her alleged attacker is now battling for life in hospital after he was subsequently badly beaten by an angry mob. Now, according to reports, about 9 p.m., the woman, said to be in her 50s, was about to enter her home when she was attacked and chopped on her hand by a machete-wielding man. She was then robbed of her valuables. But before her attacker could escape the area, the woman was able to raise an alarm and residents of the community responded quickly. The man was subsequently apprehended and was severely beaten by the mob. The police were later summoned and both injured persons were assisted to hospital where the woman was treated for her injury. The St. Catherine North police are investigating the incident. Aye, sir. Man shows gun and then run. Jamaica isn't real. Interesting. Now, quick police action leads to recovery of stolen car in St. Catherine. Detectives from the St. Catherine North North Criminal Investigations Branch have charged 4 men in connection with an armed robbery on Featherbed Lane. Featherbed what? Spanish Town, St. Catherine on Wednesday the 4th of November. So charged with illegal possession of firearm and robbery with aggravation are 28-year-old Dalton Gilbert, a production worker of Spring Village, Old Harbour, St. Catherine. Sanjay Shaw, otherwise called Rufus. Teacher, what them say about this hurricane season going over in January? I don't know that they said the hurricane season going over in January. It's just a possibility that based on how active the season is, come the 30th of November when the season officially closes, there may be systems that develop in the region, in the Atlantic Basin. And it wouldn't be the first. We have had hurricanes that have started in December and go over in January before. Well, hurricane. I think Zeta in 2005 did that. Memory serves me correctly. Yeah? So, these things have happened before, but the regularity in which these things are happening now is the cause for concern, and that is alarming. So, Mas Rufus, 29-year-old electrician of Eltamaka, Spanish Town, St. Catherine, 36-year-old Ari Vassal, otherwise called Thorn, You know, torn like Maca. That's a man name. A farmer of Cumberland District in Clarendon and 30-year-old Omar Sutherland, otherwise called Screw Ben. One man named Screw Ben, one man named Torn. Then you know, sister, we are idiot. Eh? You know, sister, we not sensible with the name thing around here. A man named Screw. Who named these people? Name them a kick tonight. Who named these people? "30-year-old Omar Sutherland, otherwise called Screw Ben, a mason of Muscatty Lane, Spanish Town, St. Catherine. Muscatty what? I never know so. Muscatty Lane. I never know so one place a Spanish Town name, sir. You see? So report from the Spanish Town police are at about 12:30 a.m. The accused men were traveling in a grey Nissan Tida motor car. The robbers reportedly used the Nissan Tida to block the pathway of the complainant, who was driving his private motor car along Featherbed Lane. Two of the accused men, one armed with a handgun, then reportedly exited the Tida and robbed the complainant of his Nissan Note motor car. Within 3 hours of a report being made to the police, the accused men were intercepted by law enforcers in Old Harbour, St. Catherine. The Nissan Tida was seized and the Nissan Note recovered. The men were arrested and subsequently charged following an interview with investigators. Their court date is being finalized. Guest house manager charged with gun assault of woman over drinks. Detectives from the Montego Bay Criminal Investigation Branch are reporting that they have charged a second suspect in relation to a gun-related incident in Ramble Hill, Bogue in St. James on Thursday, the 22nd of October. No calling tonight. Just vibes. The second suspect, my partner in crime, she not devout. You understand? So I can't go manage the 2 phone thing in a night. One next time. See? So the second suspect is 32-year-old Andrew Simpson, a guest house manager of Bogue Heights Boulevard in Bogue, St. James. So reports are that about 5 a.m., Simpson and another man were at a shop where Simpson offered a woman a drink and became angry when she refused. After reportedly claiming that the woman was being disrespectful, Simpson allegedly pulled a firearm from the other man's waistband and pointed it in the air and discharged several rounds from the weapon. The woman reportedly fled in fear and later reported the matter to the police. Simpson, who was being sought, surrendered to the police on the 4th of November in the company of his lawyer. He was subsequently pointed out on an identification parade and was charged on Monday the 9th of November with the offense of assault at common law, discharge of a firearm within 40 yards of a public thoroughfare, illegal possession of firearm and illegal possession of ammunition. Another man, 53-year-old Robert Fowler, a painter of Blue Lagoon Place, Bogue Village in the parish, was arrested at his home on Saturday after October 25th and charged with similar offences in relation to the incident. A date for Simpson to appear in court is being finalized. So, make we summarize this quick and fast, because me almost lost. So you and your brethren, they are bar, and you offer one empress a drink, she not take it. You will become boisterous because empress don't want to drink from you. You say empress disrespect you. You understand? And to show that you are upset, you pull a gun, not from your waist, you pull a gun from your friend waist. I mean, not trust them guy, you know. Then man just a pull things out of my waist. Then me not into that. No guy can pull no out of my waist. Anything is in my waist is my waist. Then no guy can put him on. You put it on a no. No Rasta. I not into that. You understand? If like me's a lie, so if I am old and now I'm a brethren did and him know say, you understand, and things something happen and probably I am incapacitated or injured and him decides say him a go fight it out, then fine. But you just full gun out of my waist. Me not sure about that. You understand? You really want a man and I touch my pants now then. Unless a tailor when him have it on the machine runs son. Upon me that different. It can't work. Me don't know about that. You understand? So you are going to fire, take up, pull gun out of waist and fire shot in the ear because woman says she not take your drinks. I mean, Jaja. More than likely in the drunk still. But I said what I do before. Something I do before. Yes. But for now, I wonder if the Empress says she don't want to drink. Then, like, I don't tell you, so when I was a party youth, then I used to go a party. I go a party for 3 things. I go a party for drink some juice. You understand? For wine pan 2 girl and bust couple blanks like. See? It's enough time I go a party. And I circle some Empress and them look around for me and they even bother want to dance to the Rasta. I don't know if I chew me ugly like still. You understand? It's good as that's why. Them I look around and say it's a handsome youth and them see me and them I say, no. You understand? Give you a better joke. I remember the first time I saw the mother of my daughter in a party. As a matter of fact, it was a party where me put on. See? Cause Empress nice, you know, round up and thing, you know, the different level that nice, this, you know. You understand? And cause them time they did still their college, like, and me did in a final year and she did in a first year. And a good look while me I study her, you know, cause I see her about a place. I match down the place with her strongness, like, you understand? I be that study her and I think it was a sports day, me and my brethren them. We put on one local Juve event and Empress come there. And I circle Empress. You understand? So me I go run in, you know. Remember a long time I study her, you know. You understand? Empress walk with me, I tell her, say, my first baby mother, this is it. You understand? Empress walk with. I go our next event, you know. Because I still a study her, you know, we study for long, you know, that's how we bright, like. And I go a party again, and Empress walk in, because Empress claims that my name not good in her institution, you know. You understand? Say, she don't want nobody war me and thing. More time I just laugh after her. I mean, we're not together like that anymore still, but more time I used to laugh. I say, look for you, you know. Boy, you see, brother, come dance with the Iota. Look at you. So, what you gonna do? The girl don't want to dance there. She don't want to take no juice from you. Then you know, go on about your business, Rasta. Boy, she don't want to dance with the teacher. Then she lose. You understand? If she lose, yeah, man, you have to study girl them from time to time. You understand? Draw them up like and thing. But she said, she claims that my name never good in her place and me they have too much woman on there. I don't know what she talk about to them. I just tell her what she has said. They have too much woman in her institution and then sit there and she don't want nobody beat her up on them things. So a long time she there study teacher too. You understand? But she has study teacher on the side. So I find her out. You understand? Yeah, man. Chelsea, mother. Jaja. Alright, we can move on. Nikki M, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. You understand? Yeah. So, I could even some things around here, so. Boy, she know how to dance. She a Chelsea mother, you know. Jaja. Popsy charge over Lovely and shooting. We talk about Lovely and already, you know. Who did done a Lovely and? Bala? Yeah, man. Bala did done a Lovely and. Now we have Popsy from Lovely and. I want to go on a Lovely and. No love, no done a Lovely and. No love, no run a Lovely and line. Now, remember that I study G, but from time to time I have to study the female, you know what I mean? You know what I think? She walk with Malik 2, she walk with 2 times. And you know the funniest thing? The 2 times, events where me a stage. The Juve event and when I was at Michael first time around, I staged a fundraising event for my house called Fame Over Hype. It was a fashion show, then after party. Yes, and working from me 2 times, Rasta. But she don't know a teacher. Teacher, persistence is throughout this precious time. You can't give up the fight. That is the way to life. All when she walk from you 2 times. Never met them things astray your mind. Yo, Jaja. Nice man, big up yourself anyway there, Rasta. You know what I mean? But G. You remember some things that you laugh, man. Me also remember about it, man. Hey, look on you too. But yeah, walk from man. What you know, no? Jaja. Ready up. So Popsy charged over Lovelane shooting. So the police have arrested and charged a man following a shooting incident that occurred along Lovelane on the 31st of October. Charged with shooting with intent and illegal possession of firearm is 25-year-old Denardo Turner, otherwise called Popsy, a painter of Church Street in the parish. So reports are that about 6:15 p.m. the complainant was standing along the roadway when he heard several loud explosions. Soon after, he felt a burning sensation to the back of his head. After making checks, the complainant realized he had been shot. The police said he was then taken to the hospital where he was admitted. Turner was arrested on the 1st of November and charged following an interview. Nowadays, it's a female they're moving. Making the move now. Brother, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about for now. Yes, sir. I don't know no such things. You mean in general, I already teach them. See? I don't know, you know. I not take no responsibility for nothing that I don't know about, you know. I don't know no females making no moves, sir. You understand? No, but on a serious level, run a love lane then. I love no down there no more. All I love left love lane like. Them don't know what I go on. Aki accused of murdering man after agree. sorry, people. These names are the man named Aki. The police have arrested and charged a man for the murder of 28-year-old Cagrick Douglas of Smithville in Clarendon on the 8th of November. 33-year-old Carlton Richards, otherwise called Aki, a farmer of Smithville District in the parish, has also been charged with illegal possession of firearm and ammunition. So the police said an argument developed between both men when Richards left, returned with a firearm and shot Douglas. The incident happened around 4 p.m. Douglas was taken to hospital where he was pronounced dead. You know, me and my brother have a reason the other day and we have said, look here. It no matter how bad you think you be. It no matter what you have upon you. It no matter who did it with you. If you're there anyway, and you and a man have an altercation and him say him go and come back, don't stay there. If a man and you have something and he say him go and come back, make somebody tell you say come back there. And I'm not coward, you know. It's not coward, you know. It's smart, you're smart. You can't hear man tell us, alright, don't move and use, and he soon come back and you sit down there and wait for him. Unless when you see him come back, you shoot him from out there, so you lick him down from out there, so. But if 99% of the time, if a man tell us, go and come back, take for yourself. But choose some man bad, choose some man of the wickedest thing since the wickedest thing, they're not gonna wait. Except a man. Because most of the time, the man then come back on, yo, may I tell you, if me and a man, first thing me and a man are to have nothing still. But you know, humans are humans. And if me there somewhere, and me and a man have a little altercation, and the man say, I go and come back, then I don't want who I come back with. So when I come back with 2 guineas, you enjoy them themselves. You understand? So when I go buy 2 food and I come back, them I go eat them themselves. I don't want no food or no guineas. So, me just have to take care of myself. See? So, I want to tell the man them say, your family, don't take no soon come back talk. Cut. You understand? When he come back, and they leave your shadow today, everything gone like. You understand? So, you work it out to the next day. See? Yes, just vibes, man. I know all of these things, man. We'll get to these things one by one. You understand? The thing have to run under manners. See, in the last, same thing we talk about. If you say you soon come, you're not come. See me? Garfield, me I take with myself. You understand? After I'm an idiot, I don't know where General I come back with. Zane, me gone. So Aki give and come back. No peeps. One story where Jaja. I did a video a couple of years ago where I spoke about the dangers of being a warder in Jamaica. As not known to the public, many warders are killed around the country. Zane, being a warder cannot be an easy thing. I don't understand how jail more strict than prison. Hey Cams, how are you? I can go for saltfish. Eh? Being a warder, you are dealing with and treating with some of the most deviant members of the society who are incarcerated. Sometimes you and these men have altercations within the penal institution. Sometimes you and these men living in the same communities. Sometimes these men ask you for taking things for them or you're not taking, and as such, you're in a problem. On the flip side of that, you have some warders who are apparently very abusive. And they create problems for themselves as well. But the reality is that warders in Jamaica die more regular than you would think. Don't remember which year I did that video there. Probably about 2017, 2018. Somewhere in that time. But it's up on the channel somewhere about the place there. See? No news has emerged that the gentleman on screen behind me, a correctional officer, was killed after he was stabbed by an inmate at one of the country's penal institutions. So correctional officer dies after being stabbed by an inmate at the St. Catherine prison. Same prison we call Spanish Town prison. Eh? The correctional officer who was stabbed by an inmate at the St. Catherine Adult Correctional Center this morning has died. He has been identified as Jimel Westley. He died during surgery. So the Department of Correctional Services reported earlier today that the correctional officer was attacked during the cell unlocking process. The department said that the correctional officer in the area of the incident intervened and subdued the inmate, securing the space while their colleague was rushed to the Spanish Town Hospital. That just cross the road really, you know. Reports are that Wesley was stabbed with a makeshift ice pick. An investigation has been launched. Here's an article shedding some more information, shedding light on some more things. So he's 32 years old, young man. You understand? What would I give to be 32 again? No, that means 51. You understand? So it was reported at about 9:45 a.m. during the unlocking process, an inmate stabbed the officer at the Spanish Town-based correctional facility. And so in a Facebook post on Friday afternoon, the DCS, which is the Department of Correctional Services, said, and one article have him as Westley, W-E-S-T-L-Y, another article have him as Westney, W-E-S-T-N-E-Y, not sure which one is correct, was part of the 78th intake of correctional officers. He assumed duties at the St. Catherine Adult Correctional Center on Thursday, the 1st of October, so just over a month ago. Jaja. Them say prisoner no better rose, eh? But it's not just a prisoners. You understand? I think warders are of a special breed. Because some prisoners are, I can imagine, very difficult to treat with. That is why the military has to be brought in to man some blocks in our prisons. So he was stabbed during the unlocking process of cells. So apparently there may have been some feud brewing before then. I don't know. I am only speculating, which I know I really do. And thing. I suspect though that there are many warders that are highly respected by inmates. Jaja. Was he stabbed in the back? Need to have eyes even in your in I'm not sure where he received the stabbing up for now. None of the articles made mention of where he received the stab. Teach, it look like it's way past your bedtime. I respect your efforts though. Make me good man. Be good man. Let's wrap up this and all I wash off and get some rest. You understand? Have a local mission for conquer tomorrow. Weather permitting. Girl beater charged. And this is not the story that is currently hot in the press. This one is different. Boy caught in chilling video assaulting 14-year-old girl faces court on November the 30th. So that video was in circulation a couple of months ago. Normally I would cover these stories, but based on a couple of things I have not been able to treat with some of these stories recently. One, I'm just tired sometimes. Two, I'm just busy sometimes. And even though I am working from home, it is not all it cracks up to be. You understand? Working from home is more challenging than working at school. I'll tell you that first up. Straight up. Let me tell you that. You understand? And working from home, just as a classroom teacher, has its struggles, as is. But also working from home as head of the humanities department, where I supervise 11 teachers in the virtual space. And you know, with the virtual space, it's far more documentation and deadlines to meet, and it is crazy. Believe me when I tell you, say it's crazy. Miss Davis, I'm a good man. Me not go fall asleep tonight. Me not fall asleep tonight because me have a look at dry harbor mountain thing for deal with it. Me not go sleep right now. You know? You understand? Yeah. Watch it now. The teenage male who was last month captured in a chilling video viciously assaulting a distressed girl has been slapped with 2 charges and is to face the courts this month. It's not the charges alone that he should be slapped with, but I'll leave it there. The video, which surfaced on social media on the 25th of October, showed the 2 minors arguing, egged on by several other youngsters in what appeared to be an abandoned building. The confrontation then turned physical, with the young male launching himself at the girl, pummeling her relentlessly despite her cries of protest. Kill her, you know. One child was heard urging during the 1.5-minute long video amidst expletives and laughter. Following the incident, the accused male was seen laughing and snickering as he walked along a road. The young girl was seen doubled over at the entrance to a home where 2 adult females inquire as to the reason for her distressed state. A police source close to the investigation said that the matter was in fact reported to the Harborview police station on the 24th of October, but the guardian of the 14-year-old girl, resulting in the accused being charged. He is to go before the Children's Court on the 30th of November. He is facing assault and malicious destruction of property charges. The police source said the incident took place in an unfinished building at a park in Harborview. The observer was told that the youngster who was heard in the video encouraging his male peer to continue his battering of the young girl was the one who recorded the video. He, however, has not been charged, but was spoken to by the police. It is believed that he is being treated as a witness initially. They were all children gathered. It appears as if it is somewhere they regularly gather at in the community, the source, who said the incident stemmed out of the two youngsters telling each other harsh words. As to the possible punishment to be meted out to the aggressor, he said, the government has instituted a new child diversion program. That is one way it can be treated with, whether by referral or by the judge. So he could be diverted from the formal justice system, and once he has successfully completed, it won't be reflected on his record. The cop in the meantime made an appeal to Jamaicans. These are times when children have a lot of time on their hand, and other adults in the community need to pay more attention to what they are up to, because they are not in school under the supervision of teachers, the glorious teachers. Parents and other adults have to play a greater role in their supervision. Everybody has to play a greater role, because there's a risk now of more incidents taking place. As a matter of fact, I would have watched the video and listened to the rhetoric, and some things were said. Teach our works. I'm not sure. Things were said that would suggest that the altercation may have stemmed from other things. But go watch the video yourself. So this is how young men in Jamaica, and males in Jamaica by extension, and many occasions treat with females. Box down and kick down and thump down. You understand? I don't know, Rasta. You see? I remember, I don't know if I share that story with you. I share a lot of stories with you. I mean, if you skip, I check for my stories. Because I can't tell you all of my stories. When I have to go read my book. I made a vow when I was in fifth form. Early fifth form, I think. That I will never hit a woman. I'm going to tell you why. See it? It will involve an empress. Her name is Shakira Thomas. We used to call her Wendy. Nice girl, you know. You understand? But we soon get to a nice spot. Zin? Back in the days, you used to wear Dakar's pants go to school. You understand? And some of the Dakar's pants them kind of lighter than others. You used to call them white pants. Zin? Now, you know your white pants and your Tims are your Rhino. Then time the Rhino used to make some neat shoes and things. But long story short, you used to have some liquid shoe polish where we used to clean your shoes with if your shoes black or thing. So Empress now, she cleaned her shoes with the liquid. When I say black, you know, I mean polish black, you know. And she sat in the classroom doorway at lunch. It was lunchtime. And she crossed her legs. But you know when she crossed her legs, her foot them go out in the way. See? So, I walk past her going to the classroom. And funny enough, I never normally in a classroom lunchtime. You know, lunchtime, you know, at lunchtime and you're out in the streets, I study two girls head speed. But long story short, long time I study girl. When I pass her the first time, I think a little bit of her polish off her shoes catch my pants. I mean, I say, Wendy, you know, you can't sing in her doorway like that still. And thing, and especially because your shoes just clean. I don't remember what the child said to me still. Zane, but I go into the class and I sit down. And I one of my brethren named David. He was a soldier, he died, unfortunately. Good youth. Zane, and I think the bell was about to ring. So I go bathroom, you know, go free up myself for class and thing. So probably I needed a gaze to still our Empress foot out in the way too much. But the whole of the right foot of my pants black up with polish, you know, man. And I say, Wendy, man, just tell us, you can't sit down here, so. And Ray and Tay. So Empress do nothing more than flare up, Rasta. You see me? And thing. But David called me, because David know me from long time. Because me say, you when me go to school, me not play, you know. You understand what I say? Because I never normally trouble people, you know, but we don't play them way there. You understand what I say? So, because David side to go and call me. But Empress still a make nice. And Empress not do nothing more. I probably say something to her too. I remember. But she get up here now and walk towards a teacher. You understand? But David now stand up between me and her. You see, and Empress say a few things I need to appreciate, so we just move David out that way and box her down. You understand? When you just do it, you feel like, you know what I mean? Because you're a young youth still. But it never go down so well. You understand? It never go down so well. She cried like, for days she cried. My maths teacher was also my cricket coach at the time, Mr. Meek. The evening when it happened, him said me now go home until me apologize to the young lady. Him up in our room till about 6 o'clock. I know me not apologize still. Because me did upset still. Me I tell you the truth. You know them time they're young and fool and full of yourself like. And Shakira said one thing to me that evening there while she was crying. She said, if somebody did box your mother or your sister, how you then feel about it? See? And at the time, he never did register to me, you know. But I got 3-day suspension. As a matter of fact, I was vying for head boy at the time. Not this head boy. You understand? And that had to be cancelled and everything. Because you can't have youth a box down girl, a vie for head boy. And things. So that was one of them things. And while I was home, because I used to love school, you know. You understand? We did love school when them time because I just a girl in there, so we love school. So the 3-day suspension that I got, I reflected and I keep hearing that in my head. And as me say, when you do it, you feel powerful, may I tell you. But as that keep ringing in my head, I remember she a cry. You understand? And I start feel a way in myself. I mean, I say, you know, so that feeling here. And that's my favorite feeling. I love that feeling here. You understand? And I made a vow from I was in 5th form. Said never ever unless I'm a life me I defend. Me not hit a female again. So me not understand what the man them get out of that suck me. See, that's why I love school. Because I love school. That's why I become a teacher. No, still not. No. Me love school them time there. You understand? I became a teacher because I love geography and I wanted to be what Mr. Johnson was to us when I was at school. See? And thing. And yeah, that's me and Wendy become very close down the road. Like, close like, you understand? Nice girl, you know. Nice, she married now and have kids and thing. Still, me look a linky. Yeah, man. Nice Empress, man. And I decided to, from that, so much so, that when me was a younger teacher, no youth, if as a youth, me not play with youth. I have never hit a female student from me I teach. Never. It's just a thing in me where when they come on to females, it is my duty to protect as best as I can. You understand? Teach a child beat and teach. My other start joke out the thing. So it was from that early age we made that decision there when we say, yo, that woman hitting thing and my thing. So after that, me develop an even greater appreciation for the girls them. Then time we start so the girl them are like, you understand? So me not understand why the go-to response from our males in the society is to physically assault females. I not get it. I don't know how a man feel after them do certain things. You understand what I say? So, I don't know. You understand? JV say I can testify as a past student, bro. Yeah, man, when I play with the youths, man, but the youths them know themselves. The females them not violate the others when I never see. But when I hit female students, it's just a thing. You understand? So we develop that to say, yo, I know our thing that. Zane, and it took an experience like that for kind of, you know what I mean, make me reach a stage. And at that time, because I left high school when I was 16 years old, yeah? I was still a young boy, and I never did turn 16 at the time because it was still first term. I was about 15 at the time, and I made a conscious decision at that time that never again. You understand what I say? Never again. So I don't understand how the man them deal with it with the ladies them, so Rasta. See me on? So, I don't know. Yes, Rasta. Speaking about girl beater, you know. This is not a male beating a girl. This is females beating a girl. technically. Yeah? I have not seen the video. I was told about the contents of the video. I am sure somebody probably sent it to me, but I not get to check certain things off late. So I know it probably there on my phone, in my phone somewhere. But it was described to me, and based on the description of the video and who described it for me, I don't think it's a video I made it have to watch and thing. I have videos of the young lady in the hospital. I have select a video there. See, I am sure that somewhere on the phone that video is here. I know somebody send it come give me because people send me everything. Now, I am sure that you have heard the stories. Jaja. Girl beaten to brink of death. So there are only smiling faces when Kaylin Dowdy, I think that's the pronunciation, is around. The 17-year-old past student of Papine High School is described as a comedian of her household. So it was no surprise when she told her mother that she wanted a career in acting. Unfortunately, the teen's loved ones may never get a chance to hear her contagious laughter again, as she is currently on life support at the University Hospital of the West Indies. After she was beaten by a group of women last Saturday night along Barbican Road. Her mother, Venetia Buckley, was in tears when she spoke with journalists recently. I am just coming from the hospital and the doctors are telling me that she's not going to make it. It's 1% chance them give me baby to live. Just 1%. The 1% is just because her eyes are open. My baby cannot breathe on her own at all. The doctors say they can't take her off the machine. They beat my baby and gave her 1% at life, the distraught mother said. Buckley said she was told that the fight started at a party that her daughter was attending on Boise Lane. Boise what? I was told that a girl asked her why she was looking at her, and my daughter responded by asking her what she take to see her. I heard that the girl began to flare up, and the argument ensued. Based on what I heard, the girl or my daughter did not know each other. The girl hit her, and while the fight started, another woman came up and hit her with an Hennessy bottle and hit her in the head. All of them, about 6 of them, turned on my daughter and beat her, she said. Buckley said the woman continued to beat Kaylin even when she fell to the ground and also stabbed her in the neck. While this was happening, everyone at the party was just standing and enjoying the show. No one came to her assistance. One of her friends was running up and down trying to get help, but she was lying on the ground for over an hour as persons were pronouncing her dead, she said. Buckley said she had just come home from work when she got the spine-chilling news and instantly went to the hospital where she saw Kaylin unconscious. These females are heartless, evil and wicked. They are monsters. They are very evil for jumping my child. I can't wish anything good for them. And all who stand around and watch the attack, I can't hide my feelings or conscience, she said. Now, head of the St. Andrew North Police Division, Superintendent Aaron Fletcher, said investigations are currently being carried out. What I know is that there was a fight among a total of 5 females who were in attendance at a party. My information is that the dispute started by the way of a quarrel over a male. They were fighting over man essentially, and that would have resulted in 2 of them being injured and taken to hospital. One was treated and released, and the other, who is a 17-year-old, is admitted in serious condition, he said. Fletcher said no permit was granted for the party. There's an update, as was tweeted by the constabulary force earlier. So the St. Andrew North Police have now arrested 2 men in relation to the serious wounding of the 17-year-old, a 29-year-old woman. Alright. Oh, so the injury of a 17-year-old and a 29-year-old woman. So both victims were beaten and stabbed by a group of women during a dispute at the event. They were taken to hospital where the teen was admitted in critical condition and the other woman treated and released. Me tell her that before. So a 33-year-old and a 26-year-old turned themselves into the police on Friday, the 13th of November, which is today, and are being interviewed. As I said, I have not watched that video. The events as unfolded has been were described to me and thing. The mother is saying that it was based on look. The police are saying that a male may have been involved. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, so her friend was released from the hospital as well. Okay, cool. So, yeah. Based on the description of the events, there are a couple of things that I want to address. I have often said this. I pray that there is never an occasion where I am hurt or injured in public and I need the assistance of the public to save my life. I've often said that worse if them recognize me, be a phone go in on my face. Oh, are the YouTuber and the vlogger. See me, teach them. You understand? I'm dead, man. You know, sense I can't go to hospital because I'm dead already. I hope if I am ever in need of assistance like that, I'm around my friends, Zane, or family members who will know what to do in those instances and thing. Because with the video of the young man beating the little girl in Harborview, everybody was there watching and cheering on and telling you to kill her. The girl is being beaten and stabbed, and everybody at the party, we soon get to the party, was there watching. Nobody to intervene. Nobody to stop, to say stop. Even if you don't know the genesis of the thing, people are trying to kill them one another. But nobody. You understand? Apparently she was there lying for how long, and all people were doing was videoing and pronouncing her dead like them a doctor. She was hitting her head with a... We never hold a Hennessy buckle yet. Imagine somebody licking your head with a Hennessy buckle. And after them lick the girl in her head, apparently, they proceeded to stab her. So that was not enough. It was a double kill that, overkill that, you know. As I said many times, and I think I need not repeat, but I will. As a nation, we are in trouble. As a country, we are in trouble. I don't know how much people see it, you know. But we in a trouble, Rasta. The moment anybody in this country have a dispute, are dead people for dead. You understand? No, if one report was said, it's because the girl that look upon them holds true, then I want to start happen to it because people look upon people. So then now, if that is a story what we are going to work with, and you, because the possibilities that the young lady might die, we hope that is not the case. So you know will go to prison for murder because somebody was looking at you. So we are going to kill every warder and every inmate. We are going to look upon you for how many years you have served sentence. Then how that makes sense? Another story, as according to the police, is that the genesis of the argument may have surrounded a male. As the police quote said, essentially them did a fight over a man. So, you now are going to spend a long portion of your life in prison. One girl dead over one man who by next week have a new woman. Then how that makes sense? And I would have seen some comments on Twitter saying the girl is almost dead and them a focus say the girl is there at the party. Yes, we have to talk about that. So I know people would have vexed after me done talking, but you know me no business. The reality is that there should be no parties being held at this point in time. So we can't go around that. There's no going around. It is unfortunate that the situation would have occurred the way it did. It is unfortunate that the young lady is currently battling for life in hospital. But let me ask you a question. Would she be battling for life in hospital if she had not gone to an event that should not have been held? So let us not, based on the gruesomeness of the situation, throw some things under the carpet. I don't know enough in her. It is very unfortunate what the situation currently is. But you cannot go around the fact that this event should not have been staged in the first place. The 11 people who get shot at Brayton, would they have been shot if that event was not held? Probably some of them. Because apparently that was a gang thing, internal gang thing. The 13 will get shot at White House in Westmoreland. Would they have been shot if they were not at the event? Would this girl have been attacked and stabbed like this if she wasn't at the event? These are questions that we have to ask. And yes, despite the delicate nature of the situation, we cannot go around these things. Oh, so the mother admitted that she granted permission. Well, she may be living the rest of her life with a certain level of guilt then. It's very sad. I hope the young lady wins her fight. But the reality is that, and it makes no sense to try to go around the reality. The reality is that these events are not supposed to be on. That is the reality, you know. Okay, Finar, blessings. So I sincerely hope, and I mean genuine when I say this, that the young lady survive. However, let these things be a lesson to these people out there. If them say no keep no party, brethren. And yes, me get this notion say you teach people are suffer and people have to eat. But people are dead, brother. 20 odd people have been shot and injured at events that are not supposed to be on. 2 people have died at these events. They normally charge the promoters, Dexter. All the incidents so far, the promoters have been charged. I don't know the situation surrounding this incident still. You understand? But I trust that the young lady will pull through based on the information coming out that may not be, that is not looking good. But, Jaja. Don't know, star. I also heard they stepped in her face as well. Chacha. Okay, just vibes. Apparently I've been following the situation. Big up yourself, bro. No, This is something that I've been itching to talk about. When the Cockpit Country saga started, I bided my time. I tried as best as possible to become au fait and familiar with all the information surrounding the situation before I spoke. And you know, I've been fighting that Cockpit Country fight with the people who are involved as best as I can. The Prime Minister has again found himself in a situation where he has felt the need to defend himself. What I have observed about said Prime Minister is that he gets upset when people questions the things that he does. When taxpaying Jamaicans ask questions about decisions that have been made that will ultimately affect us, he does not appreciate being challenged or being questioned. And based on my understanding and knowledge of leadership styles, that seems authoritarian and dictatorial to me. And it's not the first time. I can go back to the NID situation where the Prime Minister would have publicly gotten upset and practically disrespected a young man who was asking some questions. I can remember the Cockpit Country saga in the early stages. He was very bullish on some things. And now we are here. And as the title say, Holness dry-eyed over mountain mining. Pun intended. Now I don't know about anybody. But like the Cockpit Country situation, this shall not die a quiet death, Mr. Prime Minister. Why? Because it is full time you and your advisors learn that there are other ways of making money than digging out the heart and soul of the country, sir. I don't know who advises the Prime Minister on the environment, but I dare say that that person should be relieved of their responsibilities. Because based on my observation, that person has been doing a poor job. And when you question the Prime Minister on these things, it's like you have no rights to do so because you don't pay tax in this country. And you serve him and him don't serve you. It is a display of a certain level of arrogance among some other things. Now, let me dive into this story in the mountain side. And this me really comfortable about tonight. The last time I go stream specifically about this alone, you know. And I couldn't bother because I'm tired, right? So all them things I talk about, at this me comfortable. This is right, so this that's something. The Prime Minister has also developed this thing where he may have done one thing over years, so that is environmentally conscious, and because he do one thing over here so that is environmentally conscious, him feeling he can do 10 things over there, so that will cause deterioration of the or degradation of the environment, and it is okay because me do one thing good over there so for the environment. Or 2 things. So me do 2 things good over here, so me can do 10 bad things over there, so. Isn't the instances of flooding across the country not enough to show that deforestation, mining and other things that are removing vegetation from the land is influencing flooding in this country? Landslides in this country? So yes, them did on a tree planting drive recently. But because you plant some trees, it means you will cut down some more around, sir. I'm always telling you, so you say that tree planting thing, yeah? Zine, because Naranda was involved in it, you know, somewhere along the line, you know. So this was to say, okay, we are environmentally conscious, so we still have to dig out part of Cockpit Country, but no worry about it, because we plant some trees. Not only that, the area that is at the center of the dispute, the National Environmental and Planning Agency, NEPA, and the National Resources Conservation Authority, NRCA, denied mining permits to the same area, and Minister with responsibility not so long ago rescind that order and give the people them the authority and the permission. And the Prime Minister is out here trying to rationalize crap and talk about him go rubbish claims. Me I go rubbish some of your claims. I mean, a few, Mr. Prime Minister, don't move. And I know so some people out here watch if you go give him feedback or whosoever watch. You know we're in a business with that. You understand? And when I say these things, I don't guess them in a piece. Because we have written proof of these things, you know. In the past, you know. Me just not load up certain things, you know. Like run come on YouTube, come say everything, you know. Because sometimes you have to keep your cards them close to your chest. I'm always telling you, you know. When you come on to certain things, some man can get up and say anything and nobody no look at them. Zine, but the reality is that when I address certain things, some people start getting nervous. Because they know that this is not the regular run-of-the-mill vlogger. They know that this is not somebody who you can scare. They know that for a fact. So, you should have never do it. And worse, these things are environmentally related. Remember what we teach and what we study in a family. My internet get cut. But if the internet get cut, me I come back tomorrow and the next day. So piece by piece by piece, information I go reach out there, you know. So me go share some article and some things, and me go say some things. Gain for pain. Pressure on Holness over Dry Harbour Mountain deal. The man eyes very dry over Dry Harbour family. When will this government come to the realization that mining is a short-term money-making thing? It is not sustainable. It is not environmentally friendly, whether biologically, geologically, ecologically. None of the all of them sensible. All of these areas where the man them want go mine out are watershed areas, are areas where endemic species of fauna and flora in Jamaica live. And their story is, oh, we're not mining all of it, we're just mining X amount of it. Man, no go, man. Go mine your own business. And stop mining out the land, brother. The Holness administration is being accused of trading short-term gain for long-term degradation by overturning the denial of a permit by the Jamaica's environmental agencies for mining and quarrying in the Dry Harbour Mountain. Both the National Resources Conservation Authority and the National Environment and Planning Agency had their decision reversed. The National Environmental Planning Agency say after environmental impact assessment say no. The minister decide to reverse where the National Environmental and Planning Agency and the National Resources Conservation Authority say. The two agencies who have the expertise to say yea or nay, say nay, and the government decide say, it don't make no sense with them, so we still a go ahead. You know see a joke thing this Rasta. Both the National Resources Conservation Authority and the National Environment and Planning Agency had their decision reversed as developers. Bengal Development. First thing, Bengal Development Limited is not even a real company around here, and we soon get to that, you know. But hold on, don't move. Bengal Development Limited / Jamaica World LLC. That is a company. But the next one, them even owe the Companies Office of Jamaica some money, because you don't like them done register. But we soon get to that. Hold on. The investment will see the government earning more than $635 million in tax. So you're telling me that $635 million in the short term is more important than the long-term sustainability of a watershed and a natural habitat for the country? How many $635 million we can make? Mother's party is a real party shop thing. See? How many $635 million we can make out of agriculture? And even though you're using the land, which can become exhausted, there are ways of replenishing the land with shifting cultivation and crop rotation. Why are we not investing our efforts and time into things that are sustainable for the long term and stop thinking about this mining thing? Why are we not investing in ecotourism that can be sustained in the long term and make the money what you are going to make now over the short term? The investment will see the government earning more than $635 million in taxes, plus employment of 100 quarry workers. And that is normally one of them go-to things. We are employing X amount of people. Family, if you go and boast about employing 100 Jamaicans, then if you step down. That is nothing to boast about. You have some little man run one place, run one part, and employ 200 people. So if an initiative like this can only employ 100 people, then go on with that, man. A windfall that may hold greater sway amid an economy devastated by the corona pandemic. Yo, teacher, and him have a similar resemblance. Man, I don't even say that still. See? But an environmental impact assessment outlined a myriad of destructive consequences that would result from mining and quarrying in an ecological area which is rich with endemic species. The finding concluded that the proposed development was contrary to the provisions of the Centre Confirmed Development Order of 2000, that the area was not designated as a quarry zone, and that the nature and scale of operations would threaten biodiversity and undermine watersheds. There were also air quality concerns. However, an appeal to Prime Minister Holness resulted in then Minister without portfolio Leslie Campbell. Where him there? Because I want to know who, you know. So when I don't see him, I don't know say I him. See me? We not keep no secret for none of them or hide them. See me? The man leave on the portfolio is a man without portfolio. Grant the thing. Run, me no need for do no research. Any mining a go on, for go away. Me no need no research about that, brother. From mining a go on, enough it happen. No research no needed around this family. Argument done. From mining a go take place in our area like that, me no need for do no research. What kind of research? For what? Any mining will go on anywhere, there is always an ecological, biological, geological disruption in the ecosystem family. We don't need no research on that. Make we move on. No, watch me, show me now, peeps. So, however, an appeal to Prime Minister Andrew Holness resulted in then Minister without portfolio Leslie Campbell giving Bengal the green light in July, 2 months after the bid for approval was first doomed. Yeah? So repeated efforts on Sunday and Monday to ascertain from the government the rationale for the overruling proved futile, as the permanent secretary Audrey Sewell said that a response would soon come forward. In the meantime, the Jamaica Environment Trust says the decision cannot be allowed to stand. In a press statement on Monday, the Jamaica Environment Trust, let me find Empress, Diana Macaulay reiterated the organization's concern about the provision in the NRCA Act allowing for a minister to overturn the decision of a technical agency. Then we don't need no NRCA, we don't need no NEPA then. So politicians can go do anything they want to do. Rude boy Loxley, big up yourself. Mining is not a sustainable economic activity. There are other ways that you can use the same piece of land where you want to mine to gain economic benefit in the long term. Brother, from mining involved, there has to be a disruption in the ecosystem. There will be destruction of habitats. There will be air pollution. There will be hydrological disruption. You are going now. So Jet argued that there was a lack of clarity as to where the environment portfolio fell, whether with Perils Charles Jr., the Minister of Climate Change, or the Prime Minister through the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation. We further understand that environmental functions are spread across the two ministries, which will no doubt lead to even greater regulatory incoherencies, said Macaulay. That is one part of the story. Me I give you all part of the story, tonight, all part. And then it rip some people apart. Brother, me no want no man tell me about do no research. You can't tell me nothing about no research if mining involved. Because first thing, in order to mine, you have to clear the land of vegetation. That's the first thing. That is the first thing. Deforestation that we are looking upon. See, if you remove the vegetation, it means you are now destroying the habitat of endemic animals in the country. You are also ridding that area of vegetation of plants that are also endemic to the country. And all I am saying is that we need to remove our minds We need to move away from this insistence that one of the only way to make some money in the country is through mining. That is the mindset that we need to move on from. I know so I have been championing agriculture, and yes, in order to cultivate the land, you have to clear the land. Me get that. Zine, but agriculture is a long-term thing. And as I said, there are ways and means of replenishing the soil in some areas. Run, me way ahead of you upon that, brother. That is a moot point, cause a easy robot point that. Yes, you have to clear the land. Me get that. Zine, but you are clearing the land in a way where you're not destroying an entire habitat in a one go. And most of these places that are being mined are not agricultural land. So that in itself to again never make no sense. The Holness administration has overturned a decision by a state watchdog not to allow mining and quarrying at the Dry Harbour Mountain in Discovery Bay, St. Ann, despite compelling argument. And look here, the mining is not even the issue per se. You know what the issue is here? So NEPA and the NRCA so no mining nothing do there. That is the fundamental issue here, the two governmental agency that has the expertise required to decide whether or not mining should take place there. So categorically say no mining nothing go on there. It said no mining nothing go on there. And the government still went behind the recommendations of these two agencies and gave the permit to do the mining. So that is the fundamental issue. Added now to the whole destruction of the environment. The July 23rd decision was inked by the Minister without Portfolio, Leslie Campbell, working out of the office of the Prime Minister in favour of Bengal Development Limited / Jamaica World LLC, which was denied an environmental permit on the 8th of May. Bengal is reportedly owned by a New York group, with banker Kashif Sweet named as managing partner. The move has been met with strong objection from residents in the area, which borders the parish of St. Ann and Trelawney, with some expressing outrage that one of the few remaining undisturbed habitats of the endemic Jamaican boa could be destroyed by mining. The permit authorizes Bengal Development Limited to mine and quarry bauxite, peat, sand, minerals including aggregate, construction and industrial materials, and metallic and non-metallic ores. However, before work can commence, Bengal must pay an environmental performance bond of Jamaican $40 million. Here we go. The bond may be applied to mitigate environmental damage and restore any natural resources impacted by the development. No $40 million Jamaican dollar can replenish Zine, no era where you mine out like that. That don't make no sense. A monkey business that. Shall we then now? The bond may be applied to mitigate environmental damage and restore any natural resources impacted by the development. Chief Executive Officer of the National Environmental and Planning Agency, Peter Knight, said. I want to know everybody looking. We're not keep no secret around here. This is Peter Knight right here, sir. Yeah? This a man, one of the man who say, no mind enough to go on around there. Watch out. Bengal was previously refused a permit by NEPA based on the potentially disastrous impact the project would have on the area, including the eradication of dry limestone forests and the biodiverse limestone bluff situated on the Queens Highway between Rio Bueno and Discovery Bay. The residents argue that the area should be designated a private forest reserve under the Forest Act of 1996. They also hold landscape damage, traffic noise, dust, cave deterioration, and loss of land to be major unmitigated consequences of the establishment of the quarry. The volume of carbon dioxide emitted by the trucks carrying the stone is almost incalculable. Yeah? So scientists have also pinpointed the city of Kingston, Jamaica, as one of the first cities to reach the climatological tipping point in 2023, only 4 years from now, the stakeholders stated. This is a long article. The project falls within the area classified as undeveloped coast under the St. Ann Park Development Control Order, designation prohibiting development that results in significant alteration of topography or vegetation. That was one of several factors cited in the Environment Impact Assessment, but could be ignored with the latest development. You man talk about Panama Canal. Panama Canal not to do with mining, brethren. What Panama Canal have to do with mining? Sure, we're there now. So the proposed quarry clearly would significantly alter topography through blasting and open pit mining. Hence, NEPA should deny requests based on the inconsistency. Dr. Cathy Crum, who operates a villa in the area, noted in August 2019, when the entire community launched a campaign against the project, writing letters to the media, the Office of the Prime Minister, and other agencies. Their advocacy was rewarded with the refusal by NEPA to grant a permit. However, Bengal Development Limited appealed the decision on May 21, 2 weeks after refusal, and had been successful. Any person who is aggrieved with a decision of the authority can appeal to the minister. Bengal, within 2 weeks, appealed the decision of the authority and presented argument as to why the application should have been favorably considered, said Knight. Bengal was represented by attorney at law Abraham Dabdoob, who had technical support in the subject area. So NEPA also presented its argument in the appeal, stated Knight, but explained that the law allows the minister to make several decisions, including upholding the appeal. Knight said he is confident that a monitoring mechanism will ensure compliance. Knight gets off. But Wendy and Lee, former executive director of the Northern Jamaica Conservation Association, and a resident, tagged the minister's decision as miscarriage of justice. I cannot understand any rationale for overturning the original decision 2 weeks after it was made. We were never notified of the appeal. The stakeholders have a right to be notified, she said, adding that the area was not a quarry zone. Quarries were made, we said that already. That's our next side of the story. The opposition People's National Party now has joined the discussion. So opposition wants government to rescind Dry Harbour mining permit. Opposition spokesperson on Land and Housing, Sophia Fraser-Binns, says the government must rescind the ministerial order which overrides the decision of the National Environment and Planning Agency not to grant mining or quarrying permission in the Dry Harbour Mountain in Discovery Bay, St. Ann. The July 23 decision was, I would say that long time, I'm there. So of concern, she says with these concerns, coupled with objections from state agency, the government is irresponsible and would have made an error in its use of the ministerial powers under the NRCA Act in granting permission to Bengal Development and quarry bauxite, to mine and quarry bauxite, peat, sand and minerals. She urged the government to learn the lessons from the devastation caused by the recent rains and how damage to the environment contributes significantly to this. Mining and quarrying of any kind is one of the most exploitative activities, and studies have revealed that it is the single largest contributor to deforestation in Jamaica, and deforestation is one of the major causes of landslides. But not only landslides, flooding, and I can give you guys the lesson if you are so inclined. Yeah? And if you don't understand, I can take you through it for free. She added, we are urging the Prime Minister to demonstrate a commitment to the proper management of our environment and cancel the permit to allow mining on lands in the Dry Harbour Mountains. Now, the Prime Minister himself has spoken. Holness defends Dry Harbour Mountain deal. The Holness administration is sticking to its decision to permit mining in the ecologically sensitive Portabuena Mountain, also called the Dry Harbour Mountains in St. Ann, the tourism-dependent parish on Jamaica's north coast. So Prime Minister Holness gave the update recently in a pushback against the rubbish from some environmental interest, demanding a change of course. Holness insisted that the government has made an enlightened decision in confronting the need for economic growth while ensuring sustainable development, especially in a pandemic that has claimed jobs and much needed revenues. Holness did not give explicit reasons about why he signed off on the recommendation in July to overturn the National Environment and Planning Agency decision to grant Bengal Development Limited a permit to mine the area, home to endangered and endemic species. But it was clear that the initially projected $635 million in taxes and up to 100 jobs weighed heavily on the decision to disregard NEPA's May 2020 verdict. Under the law, an entity denied a permit can appeal to the government, to the environment minister, Holness in this instance, who is empowered to have the final say. The Jamaica Environment Trust, residents of Webuin and the opposition People's National Party have demanded that Holness reverse the decision. But that is not being considered, as Holness told a small gathering at a ceremony in St. Ann that if Bengal violated the 72 conditions applied to the permit, he's the first one to shut it down. Criticisms that the government was prioritizing economic and private interests to the detriment of the environment have been upsetting Holness. Holness charge. It hurts me deeply when people say that. A strategy of protecting the environment is ensuring that people have livelihoods, Holness said, noting that the land in question is in need of upgrades because of what he said was illegal dumping. So the Prime Minister is finding every way to champion his cause. The land is being degraded, so stop the dumping as a Prime Minister. Put measures there all the time. But yet, there's concern that we are going to develop the land. You're going to mine the land, but you're going to develop the... And the truth is, if it is done properly, we would then have proper ownership of the land, put proper systems in place, and the environment would benefit from that. The environment can never benefit from mining, Mr. Prime Minister. He added that the public narrative of it to suggest the government is going out there destroying assets without any form of consideration. That is not true. I rubbish that. As a matter of fact, I don't want to speak for the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister speaks for himself. Watch out. Where this there? Think I hate this.
There are those who would want to shape the government in a narrative that it does not seek to protect the environmental assets of the people. I rubbish that narrative. There are those who would want to cast the government in a position as if to say we are bereft of any form of equity and ethics in the making of decisions about environmental assets. I wish to remind the public that it is this government who put an end to the Goat Island project, a project that was claimed to bring untold, immeasurable economic gain, and we chose the environment over that. It was this government who, after many years of dithering, finally decided to properly demark that very sensitive ecological environment asset in Trelawney. Right? The Cockpit Country.
You idiot, them a clap. A real idiot, them, you know. A man, lock up one look up out of a Cockpit Country and a plan for mine and rest, and the man telling him, say, if him go, I mean, demarket, una idiot, you know? Una so na idiot. Eh? So, him save the Goat Island. So, we save the Goat Island and I mash up the Cockpit Country and the Java Mountain. Yes, so I go on. You know, see, and people are going to buy into that, you know. Because just like how when Trump speak, you have people who worship his statements. When Andrew Holness speak, you have people who worship every word him say. Rude boy Loxley, you're good enough. You understand? You're good, man. Thing good. I appreciate your input. See me? Before me address this, finally, let me share something. Wanna listen to this? Company at epicenter of Dry Harbor controversy, not in good standing with the company's Office of Jamaica. That may not sound like nothing, but listen. The company of at the epicenter of the Dry Harbor, I said that already. Checks by Nationwide News have revealed that the company has not filed financial statements and income and expenditure documents with the Company of Jamaica for 3 consecutive years, 2017, 2018, and 2019. Documents obtained by our news, and somebody say, brother, I this them vote for family. In a Jamaica, when you vote, it don't make no difference because of the PNP did sign the Cockpit Country mining agreement. So it's neither here nor there. We need for all the government responsible, whether them is PNP or them is JLP. When them do crap, we need to talk about it. You understand? No, we're not done it, you know, hold on. This is the company we are going to mine out the Dry Harbor Mountain, you know, hold on there. Documents obtained by Nationwide also show that Bengal Development Limited owes the Company of Jamaica $27,000 in filing and late fee penalties. The company is listed as active with an address on Knutsford Boulevard in New Kingston. The only director listed for Bengal Development is an entity by the name of Delilah Limited. What a name! What a name! It not say for US or Jamaica enough in our. Somebody concerned about that too still. What a name! The only director listed for Bengal Development is an entity by the name of Delilah Limited, located in St. Lucia. I have a few things that I can say about St. Lucia and somebody in government right now, but I'll hold it there. You never see smoke without fire, but hold on. Omar got you, big up yourself, brother. You know what thing, go give thanks. Teachers, not everybody watching your program is uninformed and uneducated to the lack of facts to which you speak. This is why I suggest you do some research. I would make a suggestion to you, but you may not like it. So make it stay there, sir. No shareholders are listed for the company that was incorporated in March 2017. But the secretary is he won a house also in St. Lucia. A statement earlier this week noted that Bengal Development is a subsidiary of Jamaica World LLC. Man, so we can't compare a little piece of hillside to Goat Island and the Cockpit Country. Interesting. No, you know, I know when I deal with these things, I will deal with people like some of the people in here, and I am okay with that. Yeah? Because, I mean, everybody sees things differently, and I can appreciate and understand that. You understand? But be careful of the words that you choose and what you say to me too. You see? Yeah, man. So, yeah. No, the developers themselves, I left them for last. Developers of the controversial Dry Harbour Mountain project came out swinging at critics who have lambasted the government for reversing its earlier decision to prevent the project from going ahead. In a late evening release, Bengal Development, who owe the Companies Association of Jamaica money, rubbish points put forward earlier this week by environmentalists, saying it has committed to proceeding with the project in line with 72 conditions laid down by the National Environment and Planning Agency, even though this will increase its development cost. Run, you can say, when you come chat foolishness, me go run your way. So whether I'm educated or not, if you come with foolishness, I mean I appreciate, me go run your way, brethren. Because I know you alone can go talk around here. So if you can talk, why me can't talk? So anything you say, if you just take it, man, go here, man. What my education have to do with you talk crap and me I tell you say crap you talk. And family, are you come around here saying I never force you to come around here now. Me deal with unsubscribers every day. It's neither here nor there for me. I want to know that. So that I always go to. You're educated on this. I want to, man. So only views will count a phone of view. My view not count. So anything one say is gospel, and we not discredit nothing. At the moment we have to try to discredit it, we forgot the research. Not around here, so we not play that. And you have all persons that come with some crap most of the time and feel like so we just gonna take that. No, family. From a mining it wrong. Argument done. That's what me have to say about that. There are other alternatives to mining. The moment you start to mine is the moment you start to damage the environment. In some instances, irreparable damage. You can't get it back. And we see the Prime Minister sit down and push things down the country throat and we just take that. When I idiot, man. We pay tax around here, see, you know. Someone not even living in this country here. Two technical agencies said no, and them go against the agency them. And if you just sit down and take that and talk about make money. If you want to take that, you can take that. But me not take that. And me come here for say we not take that. Why would NEPA say no and NRCA say no? The people them appeal 2 weeks after and you go against your two technical agencies. And if you just sit down and take that, me not prepare for do that. And then the Prime Minister come out like nobody enough to say nothing. Me not take that neither. Then the moment you ask the Prime Minister some question, he might get upset like how we serve him. Me not serve the Prime Minister, him serve me. Me not take that neither. The same thing happening at Chilani with the Cockpit Country. Me not take that. And as me I say, it's good when you can run command on YouTube and say teach them. Someone not live here. Who not have to deal with this. There is no way nobody can justify mining anyway. To me. I understand say it have to happen. Zine. But the moment you mine is the moment that environmental degradation will start to happen. And if you can't see that and accept that, then we can't talk. So if you go tell me, say, yes, teach me, understand that, but then the flip side of that is that the economic benefits are X. But don't come tell me, say, yo, crap. How many more times must we see the Prime Minister get defensive and upset when questions are being put to him by taxpayers? So as we said then, we don't need to have no NEPA. We don't need to have no NRCA then. Disband them agency there then. Because them not serve no purpose. Because if two of the technical agencies can say this is not sensible and you decide to say it's sensible without technical knowledge, then why make no sense we have NEPA then? These are the things that we are talking about. So when you come talk about Panama Canal, which are crap, when I nothing to do with this, I rubbish that. When you go talk about and everybody watch a program uneducated and uninformed, the information is out there. What you mean people uneducated and uninformed? Like you want to disrespect the viewers there. And the information is out there, common knowledge. And then when you get paid, you come talk about educated. You know, see, educated people are rescinding decision where NEPA and NRCA make. And again, you know, one of the many people who are saying things don't live at Jamaica. I hear me live. So the $635 million go start buy water when we can't get water. So the Cockpit Country thing they on all. So make we dig out the Jayaba Mountain then. Because the cockpit fight is a little bit firmer apparently. Now remember this, you know. When me do my videos them, me just share some information and me gone. You see, when me come off a stream, and my opinion me come for share. If you don't want to hear my opinion, now come around here. You have company, we get permission for go mine. We're not even in a good standings with the company officer. So lock down company officer Jamaica then. Lock down NEPA, lock down NRCA, lock down companies officer Jamaica. We don't need no regulatory bodies. We don't need no watchdog. We don't need no oversight agency. Just run the country or you want to run the country. It not gonna happen. I know the worst thing. I am the first person to come here if the government do something positive. Come say, yo, that positive, you know. So why we not say it when a foolishness? The whole Cockpit Country fiasco, foolishness, and the Prime Minister come at about after years of tethering, we were the government who demarcated the Cockpit Country. That's a crap. Sheena, big up yourself. We have pointed out the issues with the Cockpit Country innumerable times. That's a farce. And I understand that in order to sustain any country, there has to be things that make money. All I am simply saying is these areas that you intend to mine, these areas can make significant amount of money in a sustainable way. That is the point we are making now. Jamaica has been mining backside for eons. Where are we as a country? How much benefit has the man in the grassroots benefited from bauxite mining? These areas that have been mined from bauxite, are they really and truly better than everywhere else in the country? Economically. And how can a minister without portfolio make such a decision? It's not the Minister of Environment make the decision, you know. It's the minister without portfolio make the decision, you know. And we if we sit down and accept that. No, I know this now go away, you know. And I am certain that there are going to be some revelations where some people are going to frighten. Can we not find other ways, sustainable ways of earning economically from the Dry Harbour Mountain? When you mine it out, it done. Done it done. You can't remine it. You can't, no matter how much money you spend, you can't get it back to where it did to begin with. It cannot. The Prime Minister come on about him rubbish these claims and these things. A rubbish here, the virgin. And when people talk, him have these sly little ways of trying to disrespect people. Because nobody enough to go against what him say. It not gonna happen. Me have all respect for the Prime Minister because him is that. The Prime Minister. But if you do foolishness, I'm going to talk about it. And mark you as me say, if the government do something good, me a come out and say, yo, a good move that I like that move there. Irrespective of how people will feel about it. But when you come do crap, me a come say a crap. Leave the cockpit country, left the Jayaba mountain alone. There are other ways to make money in the country. How about getting on a friend them for pay all of the tax them with them owe? How about cleaning our corruption in our politics from politicians? How about stopping the bleed there and use that money for the development of the country? How about taking some of the allowances what politicians get? Politicians have vet fee, every fee. How about them lavish party on boats and all about the place? How about recouping those monies? How about all the money where politicians have been accused of misappropriating down the years? We make them pay it back. You can dislike a stream a million times. I couldn't care less now there. No? Are them the things that I talk about? How about making the agriculture sector more robust and shock-proof? I mean, you will have hurricanes and droughts, yes, but you know what I talk about. How about not afraid to push out someone because them our friend? Them the things that we talk about and stop going like we are fool and stop suck up to some politician guy and girl. A country of mine get mining privileges and it's not even a real company. You don't see what I go on? When you put all things into context. St. Lucian base. St. Lucian base. That is funny. But I'll get into that one next time. Who stand to benefit from this? DJ Global, Martin Luther King once said, you see, a man who has not discovered something that he would die for, he is not fit to live. You see, my country and for the betterment of my country, brother. Yeah, man. And the same Martin Luther King Jr. once said, a man who stands for nothing will fall for anything, family. Yeah, man. Martin Luther King, The greatest human being to have walked the face of this earth. In my opinion. Some people are on Holness. I idiot, man. Now, as me I say, I know me talking, I know this is I facts me a talking, brother. So who want catch feelings, you know. Me I catch feelings over foolishness. Low the driver, and you can't be so dry high about it. Like, you're so bullish, but nobody enough asks and nothing. It's in the vein of economic development. Go tell your politician friend them to pay the millions of tax them when they owe. Me see all man owe how much $1 million and say never remember one at a time. And them things they are come down in years. Me see man who is accused of embezzling and misappropriating hundreds of millions of taxpayers' money been brushed off as youthful exuberance. A man resign and everything good after. Me tired of that. See, PNP the most. See, we are making this thing a political thing, and it is not a political thing. It's a governmental thing. Whether the government is formed by the PNP or the government is formed by the Jamaica Labour Party, you know, we spend too many times playing this blame game in this country. Them did do it, and not if them do it. When are we going to mature from that type of thinking? It no matter who do it in the past or who do it now, me a talk about. Me never on the channel them time if it beat them. And if the PNP should form the next government and then go and do crap them, I get it. We not talk about who do one now, we are talk about who do what go on here so. That's a part of the thing we are crippled with as a country. Tom do it so Harry can do it and not no matter because them do it already. Them used to do it. So what? Brother, I hears no Mutty Perkins are deal with the PNP party and Barbara Gludan and them talk show host people been a deal with them things. Them times a YouTube name prominent like this and people can't come talk their mind. So we can't talk about that. A long time here, Monty Perkins are give to PG and all of them from them time till now. I might not be able to effect change, you know. Certain level of change, you know. Zin? But we can help or start. You know, Confucius once said that a single grain of rice can tip the scale of balance. A scale out of balance, yeah? One single grain of rice. And me say for me, it no matter what kind of PNP, JLP, it no matter what kind of P family. You know what matter to me? The country matter to me. And the reality is that administration formed by both governments have done good and have done bad in this country. The government now is formed by the Jamaica Labour Party and we are assessing their stewardship of the country. Whenever the PNP form the next party, if we're still around and still doing this thing, then any folly them come with, we deal with it. So as me I say from long time, me I see the comments them, you know. And me know in my head so we I make this thing political. Brother, me no make nothing political, brother. Me make this thing about Jamaica. Me not busy with no politician. Me busy with the country. The thing is that them are preside over the country, so we have to deal with them. I mean, I understand you still. See, but for no, so when me see the thing, me not see no orange or me not see no green. Me look on the bigger picture. And as me I say for me, and again, this is my opinion, and you know, if you agree with my opinion, there are alternatives to mining. There are many alternatives to mining. We have been mining bauxite from the 1960s, yet we're still a struggling nation. We're still a struggling nation. Where are the benefits of the bauxite mining for the greater good of Jamaica down the years? Point it to me. Me tell you say the only P me interested in about Jamaica are the people them, you know. No PNP, no JLP, no politician guy can't tell us the man teach him, my friend, you know. From no side, you know. I'm gonna play that. And again, for the people them out there wanna understand, aside from the ecological, the biological, the hydrological, the geological degradation that will be meted out to that area of the Dry Harbor Mountain, there is also the situation that NEPA, the National Environment and Planning Agency, said no. The National Resources Conservation Authority said no. And a minister without portfolio went ahead and grant the permit after the two technical agencies using their expertise said no. And to add to that, the Prime Minister has come out basically saying that nobody enough you ask him nothing. That's the gist of it. Well, this is a communist state we are living in. Well, this is an authoritarian state we are living in. Slowly but surely. And I ask the question again, similar to the Cockpit Country, are there no alternatives for economic gains that can be derived from the areas that are slated for mining? And remember, you know, I did a video a couple years back with the title is Jamaica Creeping Dictatorship under Andrew Holness. And I would have given 5 instances where the Prime Minister would have done things that caused my eyebrows to be raised. And I know me address this, you know. Me see with needs, the man just stop short of running where one youth and we ask him some question, you know. Me see the man get Arthur Williams and Christopherton and sign predated resignation letter. If say if you ever go against me in the Senate, you have to go resign, you know. Them are idiot for signing in the first place still. That is not constitutional. That is not a leader of our aspiring leader of a democratic nation. Look here. You don't understand what I go on, because most of you see this as green and orange. Me I see this as black, green and gold. That me I see it as. Me see the man get personally involved in the appointment of the Chief Justice, you know. We're not supposed to happen, you know. But when you go and sit down and look orange and green, man. Someone who got dead orange and dead green. That's so not sensible, man. Eh? Because we only see the thing one way. Arrogance not run country, family. As a leader, you have to look for the greater good. Not just the good of half of the people them or a quarter of the people them. The greater good. So as me I say, the Cockpit Country thing stall. So I can link it Java Mountain. Less people are going to make nice. By the time they done make nice, we done dig out part of it already. Let's see what I go on around here. So. Teacher, me just find the video. They make a creeping democracy. Yeah, man, me do it one of them time. They do remember when I do it. So now, let me finish with them people and come go to bed. It says our ultimate goal is to develop the property. How can you be mining for bauxite and sand? All of these things I talk about developing the property. Our ultimate goal is to develop the property for eventual residential, commercial, ecotourism. Ecotourism. So you dig out the land, then you use the rest of ecotourism. And clean energy development. Quarrying the property is the first phase. So let's destroy it, then rebuild it. In that process, to efficiently and economically prepare the property for development. We look forward to becoming an integral part of the community, creating jobs. That is always the catchphrase. We will create jobs. For who and how much people? 100. And I say as a government, if you tell me say you will create 100 jobs and that's a point of boast for you, then you don't need to be the government family. You understand? But make a move on. See? Them say the property, before we reach this out, yeah, preserving, yeah. We look forward to becoming an integral part of the community, creating jobs, and preserving and reclaiming the property while running a productive quarrying operation. The property is approximately 569 acres. And of that, this is normally how they word the thing. So, the Cockpit SML 173 is X amount and we only want 14% of it. Not realizing that people know say the 14% what them want is the 100% of what them want. Because based on how SML 173 stay at Chilani, you can only mine the bottom lands. That is the space, the flat land, when the cone or the car scene will open up. So that whatever person them did say them want, if a 15, me just say that, all the 15% what them want is 100% of what them want. And I like the whole area is 100 and them just want 15% out of it. Them want 100% which equate to 15. Me open and get that, you know. Because I saw them try to trick you, you know, with them words, you know. The property is approximately 569 acres. And of that, only 123 acres. The subject of the environmental impact assessment is proposed to be quarried. This represents listen. This represents 21.6% of the total property area. So it is insignificant because it is it is just over a quarter of the area. So you know, important. Because the whole like we want, we just want a quarter of it. Regarding concerns on the potential mining or quarrying on the bluff, the environmental permit has explicitly outlined that this area is to be left in its natural state. No, Miss Freya Johnson, you will never, as long as you live, you will never see that. Because people draw political lines. So on Monday, the Gleaner reported that Leslie Campbell, the then minister without portfolio in the office of the Prime Minister, not in the office of environment, you know, in the office of the, suppose the environment and job creation. Alright, fine. Zin, in the office of the Prime Minister had in July overturned the decision by a state watchdog not to allow mining and quarrying the location. You understand? So Bengal laid out its case, addressing some of the criticisms directly. Responding to concerns at the area which they have been granted permission to mine is not a quarry zone. Bengal pointed out that quarrying had been done there during the 2001 to 2008 North Coast Highway project. So okay, fine, it shouldn't do there, but it do. So because it do there, we just have to continue it. Because enough is stop. So it shouldn't have happened before. Zin, it shouldn't happen before. But because it didn't happen before when they construct the highway, let's just finish it. A Mortal Kombat, finish it. It also appeared to suggest that the existing rules are being loosely applied. None of the 3 existing licensed quarries in St. Ann fall within a quarry zone. It is also important to note that when Jose Cartelone Constructions quarried the site, the area was not listed as a quarry zone. The company countered. There are 24 quarry zones and 460 quarries around the island, of which 90 or 19.5% of them are within quarry zones. So then now, that is an indictment on the government and previous and present governments. So we know that and we not take no steps to address that because it may work favorable for us in the future. It also sought to allay fears that its quarry will have a negative effect on the environment. Any form of mining you do will have negative effects on the environment. Sir, any form of mining you do, except mining your own business, will have ecological impacts, geological impacts, hydrological impacts. Me left out any all of them? Me remember. They would comply with regulations on noise levels. There would be minimal impact on forests and biodiversity, and no impact on the underground water supply or air quality. So you're going to mine, and there will be no impact on underground water. So when rainfall and the mining material mix with rainwater and rainwater enter the ground, there's no Jaja. Them can fool some people sometime, but you can't fool all the people all the time. Now you see the light, you better stand up for your right. The man I will tell me say there will be no underground water contamination from the mining. Eh? There will be no deterioration or degradation in air quality. I am certain that all mining leases before when they sign, these companies say this, and I see people are demonstrate, say, I be a dust in them throat and pan them lip and pan them tongue and them ears and them nose from these bauxite mining plants. And all over them furniture and them roof and them place. Every time, I will hear the same thing every time. A man said there will be minimal impact on forest when you have to clear the land before you can mine it. And biodiversity, plant and animal life, minimal impact. And we're talking about the habitat for some of the endemic species of fauna and flora in Jamaica. Bengal also attempted to assure residents who had resided, who have raised objections that their concerns were being addressed. But by who? Because on overrule NEPA, on overrule the NRC, so who address them concerns there? For example, the company said it will, in line with the environmental impact assessment, we say no mining enough it dead, limit blasting activity to no more than twice per month. Wow, thanks. You're too kind. Using licensed blasters, using blast mats to prevent rockfall, and also communicate with residents in proximity when there will be blasting activity and per blast surveys as per regulation. Thanks very much, you kind sir. Bengal added, additionally, the proposed quarry will be located behind a ridge and will be minimally seen from the houses, villas, guest houses or apartments in the area. In fact, the existing quarry face cannot be observed from the road. Oh, that makes it so better. Thanks. Big up yourself. Big up yourself, Mr. Bengal. We're all company office of Jamaica money. For your company when you file nothing for 3 years in a row. Yeah man, that same company there. Bengal additionally proposed, I said that already. They said they will also set up NEPA mandated avenues for complaints and grievances. Then NEPA don't exist. What's a NEPA? What is a NEPA? What is a NEPA? You mean the same NEPA where 2 weeks before say no mining of a go on, and the following 2 weeks after that them say mining no go on? Then what is a NEPA? So who want avenues to complain to about a NEPA? Whether you have a open pit mining or one close off mining or underground mining, there will be degradation of the environment. The only mining when our cost that is minding your own business. Yeah, it sound full, but I know what I say. At what time you know? Bombard, you know say a daylight. You see, the mountain here, where it look like to you, you realize that you have some areas of elevations and you have some, so you have synclines and anticlines. So that looks similar to a Cockpit Country like when I live, don't? Yeah. Them know them up to, man. The same landscape. But you're rubbish that. Good evening, a really evening, Ellie. Well, go on, sis, hope you're good. Said I have a close one yesterday. Jah put an angel over me. Be strong. All a firm meditation. One day, things must get better. Why me look so dark like? I wonder if my eyes so want to turn up on the camera there. Don't you go down, keep your head above the water. One day, things must get better. Buju Banton donates festival song money to poultry project at children's home. Big up yourself, Gargamel. Man, now you're no mass Rasta. Jaja. Yo. Buju Banton has donated his 3 million Jamaican dollars. And big up yourself, Buju. We talk about it in our interview with Chilayo or a Loki, where we say that, you know, it's not a bad thing to Buju winning, because Buju is probably one of the men who couldn't win and donate the money. Zane, can you get someone from Nepal? I'll try. Them good as no one come. And you have to remember too, you know, so some of them not really see we as nobody now, you know. Just some man will just shut off them out, you know, because, you know, we don't affect nothing, we don't contribute to nothing. So some of them not really, you understand? But I'll try. So Gargamel has donated his $3 million cash prize winnings from the festival song competition. No matter where I go across the world, I am a Jamaican. To the construction of a poultry or egg layers project in Sunbeam Children's Home, Jamaica. That is a wonderful move, Buju. Big up yourself for that. When you do good things, when you say you do good things. When you say foolishness, then we go and cuss you like. You understand? Because I am a Jamaican. Zane? A geography me teacher, Alex. I'm a geography teacher, sir. According to a post on Buju Banton Foundation Instagram page, the project upon completion is intended to provide a sustainable income stream for the childcare facility and employable skills for its wards. Good move. Sunbeam. So a name. So it's children's home name. You understand? The foundation said the project will provide training in sound work ethics for all 50 boys and is expected to serve as a temporary means of voluntary employment for those unable to attend school for any period. You understand? So Banton won the 2020 Festival Song Competition with his song, I Am a Jamaican. So earlier this week, the foundation also announced the donation of laptops to the Sunbeam Children's Home, as well as desktop computers and chairs to the Mount Olivet Boys Home. Buju, big move. You understand? I wanna be loved, not for you think I am, but who you want me to be. Could you love me for me? Real love, with no strings attached like politicians. Teach them wanna give you my heart, don't wanna take it back. Jaja. The foundation revealed that rapper Kanye West, who visited Banton recently, contributed to the mission. Oh, okay. Yeah. Big up yourself, Gargamel, and the foundation. We give thanks on behalf of the youths. Good move. Mad move. You understand? Buju promoting chicken eggs, not cabbage, and not wearing masks. I don't know Rasta. Spade. Lordy, man. Miss Roseanne Brooks, I want to tell you, say, I get voice training. You understand? Don't worry your head. Zane? Spade, Lordy man. A man can't yam cabbage alone. Man shall not live by cabbage alone. By cabbage and eggs. You understand? Then they even know. No peace. Big up on yourself. I know some people gone vex, some people left vex, some people still vex, some people are go vex. But when it come on to the environment, seeing that, you know what I mean, my qualifications are in geography and environmental studies, then we kind of take a thing on a level. I don't consider myself as an environmentalist. You understand? But as a geography teacher who love my environment. And me don't have foolishness with them. Mining, nope. You want mine in around here. You understand? Because we need to find alternatives. This is the year 2020. You understand? We should have some big old hydroponics farm, but the place are set up, employ some youths in them same places where we have think about if we go dig out the ground. You understand? And contaminate the water sources and disrupt watersheds. You understand? When some months you can't even find 1 teaspoon of water for drink. You understand? And on a regular we have millions of gallons of water running in the sea. Then I say, I don't even know what I'm doing. I don't know. We are very short-sighted as a nation. You understand? We come like, you see, politics and scamming is no different, you know. Everybody want a quick money, you know. Nobody no really want to work, you know. You feel what I say? Nobody really want to work. No politician really want to work. Them just want some quick money. Yeah, man, I just make a mind out that. I know them are cussing now. I met them long. I mean, people, them know. Yeah, man, I know them are cuss me like for 2 days. And then they forgot, you know, Jamaicans, and I remember nothing, you know. You understand? 9 days, come like 9 day love. After the 10-day love, no hot again. Then no remember nothing. You understand? So, I know them are cuss me, you know. I know you have some people on social media who will give it to me for a couple of days. But then, life will come at them and they not going to remember nothing. So we're good. They don't worry about it. Me deal with that. My back broad. You understand? That's the conversation. I'm a people them, man. You know, see the mandate we get, man. 49 seats, man. You see me have them eat out of my hand. You understand? Right now I'm mall, me I give them feet and backside like. You see, watch out. No water, because water will disappear. So I just dry backside them again. You understand? Joke thing. Can't work. Cannot work. Alternatives, we are say. Try the alternatives and make them fail. But you can't tell me nothing if... Big up to Flyer Green. I say Flyer Green have one $630 million fund where them are going to give to some farmers who lose some things the other day. Big up yourself, Flyer Green. Good, fresh youth with fresh ideas and fresh energy. You understand? Can't manage a politician them with the bag and pan. You understand? Yeah, me I got my bed. You understand? Peace, big up on yourself. Come here for rise up early in the morning. You understand? As me have one massive interview if you go do. Me I say that. Yeah. I'm not telling you now. Wanna go on. Peace, big up on yourself. You understand? Me I drive in from Green Jail with a pound of the marijuana. Police pull me over. Me say, officer, what you want? Him say, what that me smell pan you? What that green something there on a color low? You must go to jail, boy, what you gonna do? Me roll up me weed and say, squaddy, me not stop burn my ganja, so come put on the handcuff them. And if you carry me to jail, must get bail. I in the high grade cell. Me say, officer, blow me with me ganja. Peace, I am not a ganja smoker. But any man will try coke, if you go try dead. Peace, big up on yourself. I know it's not cartel I interviewing. It's not cartel. Let me get that. Come here, teach us an interview and I sing cartel. So I can teach up to them. Yeah, man. See, JJ I say for cartel. Yo, no. He's not the teacher. Peeps, good night. Big up on yourself. Soon on Sunday. All things being equal. Hope the rain stay away. Rain, go away. Come again. I remember when I used to sing that song in the primary school, like. I forgot singing tomorrow, like. And thing. So, big up on yourself, peeps. I appreciate the support. Zane, teach, my gun, sleep or kill him. I know what thing go. Yes, and Father Michael Small. Give thanks. See? Some more my camera settings off. That's strange. I have to focus me upon. Just look darkish. Sound like a bojo. Why? I wanna be loved. Floyd Green is a real politician, I must say. Young youth, full of vibes. Have a look of vibe. Teach me feel say Sir P I go interview, you know. Sir P not take no interview, man. You understand? Sir P think different, you know what I mean? Yeah, man. Peeps, night, morning, even afternoon, wherever you're there, give thanks. You know, I'm kind of rantish tonight and cuss some people too. Thanks, Miss Brooks. Big up yourself. I appreciate that. Zane. And thing, but you see, this is not my real complexion, like. So something wrong with me. I don't know. Probably just my face ugly. I don't know. And not enough planting going on. Empress Daily, I don't know if I tell you. The youths them a lose them aid. You understand? Cause the man them nah meds. Jamie say, you know, farmer man, yeah. Are you ready? To plant some good food for your body. Farmer man, yeah. Are you ready? Them bad food, we no want it. America plan war and I prepare for bombing. We are plan food and I prepare for famine. Yo, me gone. Peace. Big up on yourself. Walk good. Step with Jah. Soon Sunday, we cuss some more people and cuss some things. Now interview nuts. You know say, me not find any professor yet, but one of them time, me go interview everybody who contribute to the music, hopefully. You understand? Some interviews just take a little while. Some interviews, the timing not right. Some interviews, the artists them not interested neither. You understand? Some interviews, true, we not on stage or ER. You know what I think? It all a look of dynamics to it thing. You understand? Some of them look struggle. Some of them take a little time. Things take a little time. Sometimes you just need the right man for link a man and say, yo, boom, so. Teach them, so make it happen. And it happen. Yeah, just one day at a time. And always remember this, I interview the people who wants to be interviewed. You understand? You have person when you've been try to get interviews with them for months and them say yeah, and then you see them do a next interview, run on one part, run on one place. But we just keep the thing going, you know what I mean? Nikki, I shall sing as long as I live, and as long as I live, I shall sing. And things. So we just keep on doing the work and the interviews will come. You understand? The thing I get, you know what I mean, more known, bigger and bigger. More people are recognizing. You understand? The profiles of the interviews are increasing as well. The thing is that you will organize an interview for tomorrow and something come up and it not happen. You see? So I just saw it thing. We just keep on pushing on. We are trying to find some people where people don't expect we to find neither. See me I say? So them look at things. Yeah man, but everybody I get interview, man. Me just have to understand say I want interview at a time and I can't interview everybody one time. So I know everybody have them artists for them want hear, Zane, but it take a little time sometimes. You understand? And then you have some stories where me personally want get to. So that's the next thing to, you understand? So sometimes we reach out to some people and take a longer time to reach out to some people. And then sometimes I reach out and work out. See? Some man tell you directly so them don't want to do the interview. Some man say they will link you back. So yeah, it's a whole mirror that thing. I tell you all the while so people don't line up out and make it wait for interview, you know. You understand what I say? And sometimes it's just a vibe and just a connection too. So you know what thing go? You understand? Sometimes you will go there so and see a man and a man, boom, boom, and it happen me next day. So sometimes we take a month, 2 months, 3 months, a year, you know what thing go. And thing. Yeah. Peeps, big up on yourself. You understand? I am trying to do some more work on the channel, but I am finding it so challenging. To do some regular videos, you know what I mean? Not the whole part blood videos and murder videos, but some other videos. But for right now, the work thing kind of have me a little way and thing, and I have made some decisions going forward with the channel and reteaching as well. I'll share that with you when the time is right. But for now, we just go and do the thing and I try to balance the thing. You know what I mean? But there will come a point when we will just decide to go one direction and focus on one thing. we just try to put some things in place for know say, yo, when we make a step, if we're going to make a step, the thing balance. That's just the reality. You understand what I say? So we just continue contribute to the country in a meaningful and positive way for as long as we can and as best as we can. The challenges are real. It is really difficult to balance a channel and balance being a full-time teacher with additional responsibilities. It really and truly rough, but we give thanks for the people who continue to support. And as I say, my channel is as such where me no need to upload every day. Gone are the days when me need to upload a video every day for the channel stay afloat. We would have worked hard and put in the work, and we can go a week without uploading sometimes, depending on how well certain videos are doing and thing. That is what we have been working for down the years. Papa San, I don't think Papa San there in a Junior Lewis, so probably that's why that not happened yet. You understand? And one of the things with the gospel artists, them to Junior, you see, many of the gospel artists, well, some of them when they made a transition into Christianity, they forget everything that brought them to that point. And you see, like Gaddy, we go from Snake Man come right up. At that me want. I don't want nobody will come preach to me. And I go on like said, that was not a part of them life before. You understand? I not ask if you go back in our dance, and I ask you how the journey come right through. So if you have to come preach to me, you better me just go to church. You understand? That's just some of you thing. So, yeah, peeps. So, as me I say, I will look at things. Like, when I say this big head sometimes, there's just so much going on, so much we have to contend with on a daily basis. Plus, remember that I have a young family as well, so you know that go. But we just there, peeps, and we just try to create good content. And one of the things is that some of the work we want to do on the channel, I don't have the time yet to deal with it. Some of the things I want to go do, like some of the ideas, them, no normal, you understand? Some of the plans I have for this and the whole movement, plus business-wise, we just bubble everything in our head and we take our time to do certain things. You know what I mean? Yeah, man, a big head, the head can't hide enough family. Nobody can cuss me say my head big enough. I waste of time. Tell me say something else happen. Tell me say my front teeth broke off and my eye them big and my nose big. My foot, you can't, if you tell me about my head, I waste of time. Me know if it many years say my head big. From me know myself, me know that. You know how much years that? Then you can't tell me nothing about my head. You understand? Yes, my youth, you eat it. My youth, go out of your bed. You understand? Let's buy some shares in the teacher channel. We not listen it. Peeps, I said that a million times a me ago. I always do that and then I chat till about 3 o'clock in the night, man. Me I go on my bed. Me love you. You understand? I don't care what you do, just don't stop this channel. Nah, man, we don't stop the channel, man. Driver, don't stop at all. No, big head no work out, you know, because right now me I try to find a couple masks when I squeeze my ears and it rough like. You understand? More time me all want to buy 2 hot and it don't work out. You see him? Yeah, man. A big head thing not always work. You have the downsides. Peace. Big up on yourself, yeah. But God, me soon the Sunday, all is well. Soon the Sunday. Then on Tuesday interview. One interview you don't not expect to come. Tuesday. You don't never see it. You don't say, this is where you find this man. Then this man still there. Then this man achieve so much. I don't know this man so influential and we don't do it if you don't like and thing. So big up on yourself. Walk good. Step with Jah. I'm going to bed and go to my bed. You understand? You have a mission tomorrow. Well, I've been through hills and valley. I survive in the old gangster alley. Enough gunshots so me skip and dally. And when me bought them in the juggling me rally, me want them and pop it off. Bogus badge teach rip off. Me gone. Miss Dinam, big up yourself, not even to see you there. Yes, Rasta. Make a talk, me say. Nobody make no mass in my head like. It's like big head people life don't matter. It's only small people head life matter in this country. And me feel a way about it. You understand? Like all of the mass them just a tear off your ears like. You see? And me I say, yo, them know say it's a COVID and nobody a make no mask. For triple X size head like. You see it? I am like a puzzle with a fix and a hard nut to crack. Peace, big up on yourself, yeah. And we know, down low, you must say, man, we couldn't do that. Foundation from birth. I'm going to sign it to my label. Then you could also go dead for your hungry and Nicky. Don't bring them things upon yourself. Don't, look here, when me there talk, see me. You can't treat me. You know I move like a politician in the night. Me gone. Big up on yourself. Walk good. Step with Jah. You know what thing go safe. Travel upon the gravel. Sunday, 8:30. Make it a date and don't be late. Don't look for it. Get book feet like. You understand? And thing. Big up on yourself. Me gone. You know one man chat you all night. Brocard say a Louis culture. I wonder where Louis culture there. Pass me, Scadalina. I met me clear up corruption from here. Me say fi, pass me, Scadalina. Come in where them in. But Kalanji comes upon the rhythm. Righteous man be exceedingly glad. Make we see, me gone. I'm still there chat. Me gone. It is. And we go plant some dasheen and cocoa. Gungo peas, gully bean and okra. Coconut with a great make toto. Me love be by me so me plant some cassava. I wanna gangali. Me just know Louis culture tune them. I want to Louis culture a big artist around here. Then why me can't know Louis culture tune them. Pamela lose her man. Oi, cause she a malfunction. She never know how to use. No, she not team no more. Man, what a young girl salt. But I no bring the fault. Louis culture legend around here. I would put some respect on the man's name. It's what happened to him. Cause the little playground has become a battlefield. To every man a brandy steel. Today them did a bridging and tomorrow them don't deal. Honestly say this a judgment real. That's so much Louis culture tune me know. Yeah. The whole of them vex through me tan so. But a nanko. We love the vibes every day. Alright. Me gone. Jaja. So the whole gangali, make we see though. All who have eyes, they will see. Teach come go up now, man. Yeah, rap too rough. Yeah. Oh, why me still there? Me gone. What good? Love you know. Heart of love. Respect to the lions in the building. All the lionesses them. Manners. And one thing go. Be safe. Take care of yourself. I go interview. Brother, you want me sing some Terror Fabulous tune too? You want me sing some Spragga? You want me sing some Killer? Some Capitan? Some Gargamel? Some Sizzler? You understand? Some Gully Bop? Me don't even have me roadcast a prog, you know, me can't go no. Yo, me I sing to Gully Bop. Why? My God. Yo, I want me out something there, my God. I wish song Gully Bop. Gully Bop song? See empty, my God.
Thank you for tuning in. Like the stream before you go. Subscribe if you haven't done so. Remember to share the stream with your family and friends and browse the channel for more amazing content. Until next time, walk good, my friends.
Miss Dinam, me have to come back to address you. What do you mean by me have the gully look? Miss Paulette, nice, clean, handsome boy. You're very rude. You're very, very rude, Miss Dinham. Big up on yourself. You need to link up cause you have your Amari look. So just make we back it and done now. They be God. Yo, out again.
Thank you for tuning in. Like the stream before you go. Subscribe if you haven't done so. Remember to share the stream with your family and friends. And
oh, you say me don't have the gully look. Okay, declare yourself. You understand? Yeah. Alright, you don't have the Amari look neither. Be God.
Thank you for tuning in. Like the stream before you go. Subscribe if you haven't done so. Remember to share the stream with your family and friends and browse the channel for more amazing content. Until next time, walk good, my friends.
Teach them. Hey, yo, hello. Send the message and make it reach them. It's Teach Them right here. Warlord representing.